Yo, what up? Can you guys hear me? Oh, shit, do not include in tier list. Alright, give me a moment. Drinking tea. Alright. Okay. V2. Oh, stupid. Alright, quick moment, I need to send an email. Last minute stuff. Video is blocked in some territories. Oh shoot, this video is blocked. Are you guys able to watch this video? Death Stranding 2. That's on GuitarRock Gaming, I think. I didn't know that happened. Oh shit. Here is the scene with me drinking tea at the end. Full stop. Let me know what you think about it. Wrong spelling. Control. Oh. Boom. Okay. Where did all the event stuff go? All the event stuff go for what? What event stuff go? It's still here, right? Wait, what game you're talking about? Blue Archive, is it? That guy really does look like Solid Snake. Maybe it is when he's younger. But that's what it is, right? Okay. You hear me? Thanks, Cankerous. Thank you for the clarification. Appreciate it. I turn this on. Boom. Music issue. No, sometimes it could be like it's just blocked in certain region. Now I'm not sure what region is the strictest when it comes to like music as a whole, right? Because this is like a very complex issue. But it's going to depend on. But it's always going to be complicated, right? Because it's like, wait, this region, this music is allowed. This region, this music is not allowed. So it's always a little bit weird, right? But from what I gather, like some region are going to be more strict. For example, like Russia, actually, surprisingly, is very strict with some things, right? Especially in the copyright is very complicated, man. That's just how it is. You can still watch it. That's interesting. So I wonder the copyright is just affecting certain country, I guess. If you can watch it, that means the country that you're residing from is fine, and there's nothing. Kikes is ranked 7th on the leaderboard. Whale for real. Okay, if Kikes is a whale,
entire buildings,
then why is he not pulling for every single character in the game and you E50 all of them, right? You get what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Masaru's account is 2 stack. 2 stack! Can an account be 2 stack?
Take as much time as you like.
You get what I'm saying?
Welcome to Rupee's shop.
Now if you think Masaru's account is 2 stack, wait until you look at Masaru's Honkai Impacted account. Cause he spent at least $60,000 on it, right? So that's a lot of money, right? That could buy like 2 houses. So yes, you haven't seen anything yet, right? Whatever you see that you think you have seen, you have yet to see anything. Okay, let me get all of this. Boom. This is why he doesn't want to do account review. I think I barely maintained platinum this time. Wait, what? Wait, you can't maintain platinum in Grand Assault? Why? Grand Assault is easy though. I don't get it. Or are you talking about solo raids? What are we talking about? Leaderboards is wholesome. Alright, everybody loves. Masaru is a Honkai Impact level, indeed. Indeed. Okay. Indeed. This, boom. Top 10 player. Wow.
Commencing operation. Leave the support to me.
Now top 10 is fine and all, right? It's just how it is. Flying ball mobs in NIKKE is garbage mechanics. Why is the flying ball a garbage mechanics? It's intended to harass you. It's harassing you while you're shooting at them and harassing you. So how can something that's harassing you be a garbage mechanic, right? It's just intent to harass you. There's nothing more to it. 452. Okay. Leveling up slowly and surely. I think by half of this, maybe not half of, by May or June, maybe I can get to level 500, right? Hopefully that's going to be the case. Solo raids is cooking. I actually haven't done it yet, man. I've been so occupied with a bunch of other things. Have not done it yet. Did all 3 insane at least? If you did all 3 insane, how could you not get platinum?
I expect your operations to be well planned.
I think it's possible. Wait, is that Mother Whale?
Real combat.
Mother Whale as per usual. Anyways, this week we got a plenty of things going on. Alright.
Really like maids, master.
So this stream might not be too long because I will need to stream again in like 12 hours or something, right? Maybe like 14 hours. After I go to work, come back, I'm gonna stream again for Zenless Zone 0 version 1.6. And then when NIKKE goes live, we're gonna test the cowgirl. I already saw the skill kit. She's probably going to be a special buffer. And then on Friday, we're gonna be playing that new game that everybody has been waiting for the longest time ever. And then Kisaki is coming next week. Holy wait, I'm missing something. Oh yeah, after that there will be
Victory! Let's crack
I might need to
open
do
some rum
NIKKE Brown Dust 2
celebrate.
and Girls Frontline 2 at the same time because Girls Frontline 2's I saw the live stream date. That one is going to be in a very odd timing, right? It's going to be like a like 12 hours apart. So it's kind of interesting. Who will be pulling for bunnies? Pull for bunnies.
I think I forgot the rest.
AI Surin! What's up, AI Surin? Haven't seen you in a while. Have I seen Trina's kit? Yes, Trina's kit. I'm not sure if she's going to be that strong, but we'll see, right? Will she be better than Grave, right? Will she be better than Grave? Maybe she is, maybe she's not. It's going to be very, very complex. Very, very complex.
Let's give it our all.
You want Bunny Neru? Okay, let's go. Let's pull them. Let's pull Bunny Neru together.
Victory!
Okay?
Let's crack
But make sure you
open
don't
some
regret.
rum
If you
to
don't get
celebrate.
Kisaki, don't regret. Okay? The chance of regretting. Karin. You want Bunny Karin so bad.
Run
Okay,
before the
let's get
wind.
it then.
Full speed ahead.
Alright, if you want Bunny Neru and you want Bunny Karin, then isn't it time to get it? AI has been drawing pregnant lolly.
Adventure.
She's gonna be broken in PvP. PvP? PvP. But here's the thing about PvP though, right? We already got Anchor and Mask for PvP.
My hands are too slow.
We already got.
Would you like to try our
Let's
signatures?
Yeah, to be fair, there's not many good good one, right? Good color. PvP don't have much burst 2 options.
Victory!
Which I think it makes
Let's
sense.
crack open
It
some
makes
rum
perfect
to
sense
celebrate.
for that to be a thing, right? So that's just how it is. That's how it is and that's how it began. Who is Trina? Trina is the latest character. The huge, the massive long hands. Wait, is that Ooh, I'm rank 3 right now. Oh, there's a new person in the Elysian Tower. Finally catching up. Finally being rich. Okay, okay. Anchor Mask sucks in PvP. You're just a hate. Wait. Overclock has been reset. Okay. So is that a new overclock? Okay, there's a new overclock. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. Trina the Milka. Trina the Milka this. Alright, we got all of these new characters.
Guard. Never mind. It's just a scene. It's going to be a bore.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. Easy skip for the cake. I mean, if you want to skip for the cake, that's fine. Then you should skip for the cake, right? But I think at the end of the day, whether you want to skip for cake or not, it's gonna be a different story. Boom. Okay, easy. Easy. Oh shoot, gotta save for Luke as well. So much things happening. The collab in Epic 7 is rumored to be Bleach. And I don't have any currency, I'm toast. Epic 7! You're the last Epic 7 player, Azor. So you gotta keep it up. Keep it up, Azor TV, please. Do not leave the game, just like how you betrayed solo leveling. Alright, I didn't like it that you betrayed solo leveling Net Marble, everybody's favorite Net Marble. Why do you do that to them and go to Epic 7? Like, you're such a betrayer, man. Like, you're such a betrayer. Who are you gonna betray next? Nexon? Like, once a snake, always a snake, right? That's what they say. That's what they say, right? That's just how it is. Can't further get the milk and cake.
Time to try again. No?
You're getting NB, you don't give an F. Okay? So if you don't give an F, that's how it is, right? Don't worry about it. Just get her. Get Palkra M6 because she's very, very strong. Will the game still survive? Yeah, the game is always surviving, man. The game is constantly surviving. That's just how it is, right? 57. Okay, I'm dropping in rank, man. I'm dropping in rank. In my opinion, Trina is probably good enough to replace Bunnies in electric solo raid. Really? So you get a character for electric solo raid. But when's the next electric solo raid? Right? Net Marvel is worthy to be a snake for? Well, you're just a solo leveling hater, aren't you, huh? Solo leveling hater. You're playing a Nexon game right now? First Descendant? Of course, everybody loves First Descendant, right? There's waifus, there's boobas. But you know what else everybody loves? Fortnite! 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 Have you guys seen the new collab in Fortnite? I was like, man, that is so cool. Maybe I should go back to Fortnite and be a Fortnite player again. Because the new collab is looking lit. It's looking lit, you get what I'm saying? There's a new Windbreaker Gacha releasing tomorrow in JP. But why would I play the new Windbreaker Gacha over PGR or Aether Gazer or Wuthering Wave or Zenless on Zero? You get what I'm saying?
Oh no!
Like what does the majority dudes have anything to uphold upon all the other major AAA titles that I just mentioned? Let's see. 2-4. This rough. This be rough. Okay, Grave Cinderella. How did I lose that? No way I lost that, right? No way. I gotta warn that. Fortnite is for kids. Fortnite is for kids. Okay. It's a good gacha for dude lovers. If you are into dudes.
Behold, the season's rise.
But am I into dudes as much as you are into dudes? Probably not, right? Probably not. I feel like that's just how it is. Probably not going to be the case. Get this. They actually reduced the requirement for you to finish the dailies nowadays, which is quite insane, but even then, you should still complete everything. Fortnite is for kid. I don't think Fortnite is for kid. Now sure, right? I can see the concept overall. Do you want new meta for PvP? You're gonna DM me if you want. Why don't just DM me? Why do you need to ask for permission? I don't get it, man. How many people will quit NIKKE if they release SSR, dude? No one. Because nobody would pull for any, and then nobody cares, right? I think like there's just no reason for them to. Because there's dudes in everywhere else, right?
Under the light of the kingdom,
Fortnite is good.
shall kneel.
Fortnite is insane, alright? Fortnite is the best. Okay, by the way, if anybody wants me to pull bunnies for them, let me know. But I don't think there's anyone, right? Nobody wants to pull for Bunny Neru. Bunny Neru, this.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel. I shall go again. Reload.
I have more dudes in ZDZ than I have? Really?
Under the light of
I only have one. What do you mean? I literally only have one.
This attire vexes
Dude, you are the one that built Harumasa, okay? What do you mean you point it out on me? You're literally the one that built Harumasa, not me here.
Let's head back.
I'm still level 1 right there, right? Maybe I'll build him eventually.
I got too excited.
I'll build Harumasa eventually if they force me to have 3 electric. So I got S and B. I got Yanagi. And then I got one more. I think I need E2 as
Under the
well.
light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Du-du-du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du. I asked permission what GuitarRock say, yo, who DM
Under
me
the light of the kingdom,
and cause
all
drama.
shall kneel.
I've never done that, okay? I've never... If somebody DM me and there's too much of it, I just don't read. But why would there be drama, alright?
Go again.
But of course, if you want to DM me the solo raids, DM me solo raids so I can copy as well, right? I haven't done it actually. You only have Harumasa and Anton? Nope, you have one more. You just forget
Under the
about
light
him.
of the kingdom, all
He's so
shall kneel.
cool.
I got too excited.
He's one of the best combo with Jane Doe,
Drag on.
and that's going to be Seth.
It seems this battle shall drag
Seth the
on.
dude.
This attire vexes
Under the light of the kingdom,
No, you don't.
all shall kneel.
I got too
Tentacle
excited.
left. I have a Kraken guide coming soon. I figure I'll make like a
I shall go again.
like an auto guide
This attire
for anyone who's interested. But I need to perfect it first. I need to push the levels a
Under
little
the
bit
light
more.
of the kingdom,
Let's wrap
all
this up.
shall kneel.
You forgot, but he's a furry. Did you forget about Ben Bigger too?
shall drag on.
Ben Bigger.
This attire vexes me.
Oh, do you guys know that yesterday when the... You know, do you guys remember when I was streaming around this time
Under the
yesterday?
light of the kingdom, all
And then
shall kneel.
Twitter was down, right?
I shall go again.
Apparently, it is a coordinated attack,
This battle shall drag on.
which is very interesting.
I shall go again.
Under
That
the
seems
light
to
of
be the
kingdom,
rumors around
all
it.
shall kneel.
Flat-chested Bunny Nero. Yeah, you should get flat-chested Bunny Nero because it's now or never, right?
Battle shall drag
There's
on.
only one Bunny Nero.
This attire vexes
I could almost do it to times 1 more.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Times 1.
I guess this makes me a good luck charm, doesn't it?
2 rocks. Ooh, that's so good. 2 rocks.
A rather
Ooh,
simple
oh,
task.
Auto Kraken.
As
Yeah,
long
yeah,
as we're
I'll
together,
definitely consider it.
I will never
Elon
fall.
needs to pay bills. What bills does he need to pay? It's not about bills, man. It's about it being under attack. People be trying to take down
Shine
Elon Musk.
brightly for my radiant
Well,
sun.
that's just how it is, right? He is involved in the politics, so there's a lot of people that don't like him. That's just how it is. Boom. Bam. Tove.
Thanks to you,
Tove
I've
this.
uncovered this new feeling within me.
I feel like it's a waste getting her
What
up.
you would call
Like, I will never actually ever use her in my life. That's just how it is.
I'll devour all of
Big
you.
Dust 2 with Liberta. Oh yeah, I uploaded the video as well, right? No idea what's with the tongue. But okay. Okay, that'd be looking pretty cool, right? I uploaded the L2D on X.com to avoid some drama stuff. In case YouTube is gonna come after me, right? But okay, let's see. What is the stuff? Plenty of things to catch up with. Boom. Elon will be the next president. I'm not sure, right? I still got like 4 more years to worry about. For now, you gotta worry about Mr. Donald Trump. Because he's been doing tariffs left and right. And apparently tariffs is affecting a lot of price of a lot of things, right? Skip for Pilgrim. Skip for Pilgrim. Social media is always under attack, nothing new. Well, not Xiao Hongshu though, right? Xiao Hongshu is always safe. You get what I'm saying? That one is also a social media. But you might not know what I'm talking about, but that's fine though, right? Orange Man? Yeah, why do people call Donald Trump Orange Man actually? What was What was the meme behind it, or what was the reason behind it, right? I never actually knew that. Until I saw it recently and I'm like, okay, why is he called that? The stock market is dipping. Huh? Stock market can be dipping. He has orange skin. Does he? I don't think he does. Hoi, is Momiji good for Perorzilla? If you have her build, of course, right? Yeah, she's pretty good. She can be a main DPS if you have her build, but I think most players probably never build her. Compared to Hasumi, not Hasumi, what's the one? Swimsuit Hanako, that one is going to be still better. But I don't think Momiji is bad, right? Skin color, he did some tanning, so he had more orange or darker look. I never actually noticed that. I think he looks normal. When the shine light on his face, he can look orange. Wow. Have you guys seen the essay though? The essay of Trina, right? So she's going to be a burst 2. Burst 2 20 seconds. Very cool, by the way. Very cool. Alright. And then, right now, Scarlet Savior is coming. She might be able to help Scarlet a little bit, sure, right? But I'm not sure if you are able to push Scarlet up that much, right? Oh, Masaru has been putting a emoji. Okay, is that a tentacle? Tentacle lover. Okay, I see how it is. Skin condition, eh? Okay, why is Masaru put so much right there? Alright. Alright, so let's see, what is this? So, the important one is going to be, I think these two skill right here, right? No, this one right here. So activates when enemy count aside from NIKKE's is 1. So activate, so this gives me the impression, right? So she's going to be very strong. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I think the one that you guys have to pay attention to is going to be this line right here, right? This line right here. So this is the one that's important, and this is going to affect a lot of things. So if you can activate when enemy count aside from NIKKE is 1, right? So that means not in PvP, right? So when you are talking about in PvE, okay, in PvE. So that means PvE, if you only have one enemy, which is one boss only, she's able to do this. Burst skill damage of skills with affect all enemies increased by 400%. 400, that's a lot. Okay, so for context now, Scarlet. So Scarlet right now. So it's going to affect skills with that affects all enemies, right? 849% will become 1003%. So Scarlet is going to get that massive boost right there, right? Massive boost. This particular burst skill from Scarlet, it's gonna be almost get a 50% boost, right? 1.5x. Not really quite 2x, but 1.5x, which is kind of insane actually if you think about it, right? Now, of course, in PvP, Scarlet is already really strong, so yeah, it will definitely boost her further, sure, right? But I'm more interested in PvE. That means that's going to push Scarlet's potential. Now, it's either you get this one, if there's a one boss, or this one, if the enemy count aside from NIKKE is more than 2, that means an AoE scenario, there's too many enemies on the map, you only get 64% increase. But if there's a boss, you get this particular boost. I like it actually. Now this is the interesting thing, right? This is going to affect all allies. This buff affects all allies. So it doesn't just affect Scarlet, it can also affect other characters that can have as long as it affects all enemies. So who else gets boosted right here besides Scarlet, right? Now ideally she's going to work very well with Scarlet. We all know how this works. But who else has affects all enemies, right? Because that skill tree itself is going to work for everyone in the team, not just for Assault Rifle Electric Code. So another character that I can think of that has that is going to be, I think, Quincy, right? Quincy as well. Affects all enemies. So you guys see this right here, right? Deals 1400%, attack as distributed damage. So now Quincy can do 1008 as well, right? And then what else? Alongside with that, I'm thinking of 2B. 2B is getting boosted as well, right? 2B right here affects all enemies. Deals 2100% as distributed damage. So we're gonna get even more. Huh. How about Iron? Does Iron has... Iron... Yeah, I think looking at electric code NIKKE is gonna make... Where's my Iron? Is Iron also affect all enemies? No, it's not. Iron is affect self and affects 10 enemy units with the highest defense. So sadly not Iron. Maid Privity. Maid Privity. Affects all enemies. Yeah, you're right. You ideally want 2 affects all enemies character in your team because they are going to cycle between both of them, right? Huh. So that's how it is. So for now, yo, what's up, Aru Supremacy? What is it? The account review. Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. What other one is there? Let me think. So we got this one. You don't really use Maid Privity with Scarlet though, unless you want to split her out from the shotgun team, right? But I can see that as a potential. Doesn't Helm one is affects all enemies as well? No, affects enemies with the highest attack. Affects all allies. Affect random enemies. So Cinderella doesn't get the boost. Affect self. Affect self. Affect self. So those that are affect self. Oh, Noir got boost as well. Affects all enemies. But I don't think Noir needs the boost. But I think it's going to be insane, right? It's going to be insane to fit in with certain team comp. But at the same time, it really is dependent on who is going to be the character that can get the boost. Affects self, affects enemies within attack range. Affects random enemies. Yeah, those that are affecting random enemies, like Cinderella, don't really get the boost. So Red Hood doesn't get the boost as well. I wonder if she outfaced any of the other burst tree, right? Yeah, the only 3 burst tree that I can think of, the main one is gonna be Quincy, 2B, I guess Maid Privity, and of course Scarlet. Oh, wait. Even her as well. In this case, affects all enemies. She also have this skill. Ray Tentative Name, right? But it's still quite niche. It's definitely still quite niche. Or the regular Privity as well. But this one is like, you don't really use this for damage, right? I guess Bunny Soda also... Oh, Bunny Soda also, stage 1 affects all enemies. Wait, can she fit in a shotgun team if that's the case? Can you take out Leona to use them? Will she be better than Leona then? If that's the case, right? Because that's pretty interesting, right? That we have all of these. Oh, even for Ray, Amelia, Snow White only affects self. Maiden does one enemy. Affects all water code allies. Yeah, I think those are the meta. Oh, same for D, I guess, but she not really meta. Yeah, so for now it's going to be a little bit weird. But I think in the future, if we get more characters that can do that, Heron as well. But Heron in 2025? I don't know about Heron in 2025, you get what I'm saying? Like, as much as I would love for Heron to be good, I don't think Heron is okay, right? She's pretty decent. But it's 2025,
as you
you know?
wish.
We gotta let go of the characters. They are super niche and can only be used in some situations.
As long as we're together.
And sadly,
I will
Heron
never
is
fall.
just one of those.
Proceeding to target.
Ooh, get the
Proceeding
last
to target.
2. Is today the last day or tomorrow we got one more day, right?
I will
Tomorrow we
move
got
as you
one more
wish.
day. And then... Ooh, bright. Bright indeed.
We
I'll do solo raids tomorrow.
We did it! Swimming sure can tucker you out.
I want to build Bay.
了解。移動するわ。
There we go. I've collected everything.
Swimming sure can tucker you out.
So cool, man. Trina last part of S2 is the real OP for Drunk Scarlet. Yeah, but if it's only useful for one character, I'm not that interested, you know. But it's so specialized, right? You know, the last time I was so excited for one character that can do that was... who was it? That was a very tentative name for Asuka Willy. And then turns out it's alright. It's okay, you know. Plus, if it's just a PvP character, I probably won't I mean, I'll build her a little bit, right? But not sure if I'm gonna go all the way. Not gonna go all the way. Because PvP, you gotta have the doll, you gotta have a lot of things. Oh shoot. So much requirements, man. So much requirements. Ow. Because CP matters. CP this. You are skipping because you don't have Scarlet? Scarlet is someone that you'll get eventually. But then not having Scarlet? Man, your PvP team must be rough, right? If you don't have Scarlet. I wonder what do you use if you don't have Scarlet. 2B is not even close. Even though her multiplier is like higher, right? So that's just what it is, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow. Is this Gravedigger? How can Gravedigger fly? Am I going to do NIKKE account review as well? Yeah, I plan to do NIKKE account review, but not today though, right? Because this stream is going to be a short stream, like I mentioned. Just use AT field and then quit, and you get the points. But yeah, to quit would revolve around me lifting my left hand up, pressing the escape button all the way at the top left of my keyboard section, and then controlling my right hand, which is right here, to the mouse, pointing to quit, and then pressing yes. So that would require 69 action points. So why would I not just wait for me to just die? Just let this Modernia kill me. Right? So at that point, that's faster. That's like way faster. You get what I'm saying? I need to update my PvP teams. It's been like a year. Been like 1 whole year. Even Kraken can fly. That's just what it is. Yes, for NIKKE account review. The thing with NIKKE account review is a lot of people are just stuck at 160 git. And I think there's a lot of people that's going to make more mistakes. So it's going to be fun to look at and laugh at them. But then the last time I laughed at one kid, he cried, right? He cried and told his mom about it. So I gotta tone it down, right? I gotta stop pretending that everybody can be smart. So there are just some kids that just here to play it for the goodness of the game. So that's what it is, right? I shouldn't be too mean and laugh at people and then they go and tell their mom about it, right? You don't want to traumatize some kid. They're just here for the account review. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, account review do be attracting some kids though.
Will you join me?
Trina is not a rude situation where her is BIS for Cindy. I think it absolutely is. I think it absolutely is going to be, right? Because that seems to be the case. There's no other way about it. Okay, so aside from this one that we just look at, which is pretty cool, alright? It's a pretty long text actually, right? People might get overwhelmed just looking at the amount of text that this particular skill kit has. I would never cry, I would take the review like a man. That's fine, but not everybody can take reviews like a man, right? What game is this? Oh, is this the Kivoto's Battleground thing? I kinda wanna get back to it, it's quite fun. It's quite fun to play. It's a good, fun side game, right? Okay, Mommy G. Mommy G is getting ready. Poor kids, no Ben 10 watch nor juice. Wait, what? What do you mean nor juice? Okay guys, so what is the whole point of this, right? So let's try and understand whatever this is. Okay, so I need to try to understand this. So that's a hot dog, right? Okay, everybody loves hot dog. So I have no idea what that is. I assume that's a beer. So hot dog in beer. Okay, so hot dog in beer. And then you put the straw in the hot dog? And then why? Why would you want to do that? So why would the straw... Okay, so straw in the hot dog. And then what? And then you put the hot dog on the bread. But now the straw is sticking out. Well, how are you going... Okay, and then now you put back in the... I assume it's a beer. I assume, right? I assume. Sounds like a German thing. So what's the point of the bread? Okay, now you pull out the straw. So what was the purpose of the straw then? What was the purpose of the straw inside the hot dog? It sounds like a German thing. Why would you put it? Oh, because there's a hole, so now you can, the hot dog can act as a straw. So you drink, oh, so basically the hot dog is a straw now. So she's making a hot dog straw. So the flavor of the beer goes inside the hot dog, so you taste beer and hot dog. Wow. I'm in Germany, it's not a Germany thing. It's not a German thing, is it? So she would prefer to drink it from the sausage hole. Okay. It's very interesting. I've never tried that before. But would that be I guess like maybe there's certain flavor, I guess. She wants excitement. I don't think it has anything to do with excitement, but it's more... Okay, yeah. You know what? If it makes it... if it makes it tasty, then that's all that matters, I guess, right? At the end of the day, you know, if it's tastier, then that's just how it is. That's how it is, right? I'm not gonna judge it too much, right? At the end of the day, everybody have a different way of enjoying their food. So yeah, she's making a hot dog straw. Oh yeah, so this one happened yesterday, right? Twitter has confirmed that a large cyber attack is causing the outages. So yesterday, I think that's what happens. There was that part where we could barely refresh anything. All right, on Twitter or on x.com, nothing could happen at all. Nothing could get done. And that's just how it is. So this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one that's fixed. So if you guys haven't seen everybody's favorite game I talked about earlier, Fortnite. Alright guys. Wow. Then she's got the cake. Wow. So Fortnite collab with Shohei Ohtani. Okay, what do you guys think? So it's pretty cool, eh? They are doing like collaborations nowadays. You play Fortnite every day and you love it? Okay, that's good then, right? Milliseconds before disaster. Explain this video in Fortnite terms. Fortnite started making sports games. So I guess it's something different, right? Something unique for once in a while. Why does the model look so jank? I have no idea, right? Fortnite is an old game, so it is probably limited to the engine capabilities as well. So there's going to be those example. Totally different than what it originally was, lol. I guess so, eh? I guess there's going to be always some things to consider. Okay, so I'm a healer, but examples in your I'm a healer, but examples in your gacha games. I mean, do you really use Brand as a healer? I don't think that's how it is, right? So that's just going to be how it is. Epic Games always love doing collabs. Yeah, collabs are going to be important. Alright, it's going to be the most important thing out of all of it. Starlust X Tenka Fuma collab. Lingsha and Brand surprisingly in that list. Okay, let me see. What is this? I don't think I can click it right here, right? Is it too much? Okay, it's not too much, it's fine. Oh. So they are going to have a collaboration between these two. So it's just going to be an event, it looks like, right? What's up, EC? Starlust. The moment your gacha game's name is Starlust, you already know what it's going to be, right? You already know. I don't really think Brand is a healer, that's what I thought as well, right? I don't know why is it categorized that way, right? We already saw this yesterday. Windbreaker. Rebel Heroes. Officially released tomorrow. Now, is there any other news, right? Other than the PV that was released last month. Huh. Yeah, there's no new announcement, right? But I'm not sure. Are you guys excited for this game? Now, dudes aside, some people might like it. Excuse me. Wait, why did he get head butted?
俺はひどいことをたくさんしてみんなの
Why
笑
did the
顔を
small guy get head butted? I don't get it.
俺だって同じだよ。
I quitted Honkai Star Rail,
ちゃん
but
と
install
け
it
じめを
again.
つけなきゃ。俺は
Damn.
シシトウレンの頭取を
Do you have space though?
降りるよ。
Okay. This game is aiming and Caravan will Crunchyroll bring it over. I feel like their other games are okay, right? It's not too bad. But I'm not too sure actually. The anime is decent. The graphics actually looks decent as well.
勝手なこと言うの
Is he bought on the other
それ
half?
からにしてよ。俺を止めたいならそれこそ力ずくで止めればいいでしょ
Okay.
う。俺と対マンしてくださいよ。
なあ、今のお前にとって力の絶対進行
What is that in his mouth?
俺
Is that a
にとって
secret?
の力の絶対進
Sees dude instant skip. Yo, chill out, man. There's a lot of dude lovers. Okay, so it's going to revolve around 5 of these, is it? Wait, is this the official website? No, right? So I don't know, like I know that they have a Team Caravan that's making the game, but that's going to be the official one, right? Team Caravan official. Oh shoot, I can't find it. Team Caravan JP? Let me see. Do they put any windbreaker stuff? I don't think they did. So this was their YouTube channel, right? So that's pretty much what it is, right? I guess this one is windbreaker. This one is windbreaker. This one doesn't look like the Emilia Ram one is definitely not. Oh, because that one is a collaboration for the other game. Okay, but yeah, this one I think a lot of people are successful. I would say it's starting to garner success in JP, this particular studio, because of all the other previous titles that they have released out so far, right? So yeah, that's just how it is, right? Other than that, we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is for that particular one. The Dude PV. Why was a period tracking feature added to everybody's Dude's game, Love and Deep Space? Now what do you guys... Oh. Okay. So why do you guys think... The team acknowledged that a large portion of the player base is female, and the development team also consists of many women. They want to create a supportive and realistic experience for women. Women. Okay. So, in-game surveys showed that many users were interested in menstrual-related feature. The core motivation is less about prediction and more about providing emotional support. Okay, the primary goal was to spread accurate scientific knowledge about menstruation and encourage them to take better care of their health. Menstruation should be normalized, so we can openly discuss and not to be treated as a taboo or embarrassment. Many people assume they already know everything about it, which can prevent them from seeking professional medical advice. And the menstrual stigma. People often use codename to refer menstruation and felt embarrassed while carrying period products in public. Just like how some people are scared of playing Gunner games in public, you should never be ashamed, alright? This is just part of how it is. They're making so much money, so they're doing something right. I think so too. The team collaborated with leading gynecologists from top hospitals in China. Okay, each male character's personality and profession influence their way of showing care. The period tracking feature is optional, ensuring players feel no pressure to use it. So basically, how does it work? So they basically, when you log in a certain day, they will tell you, oh, how's your period? Is that how it works? I wonder how does the period tracking feature actually works in game, right? It's all science and nature, never feel shy. Can't spell men's station without man. Alright, calm down, alright? There's nothing to do with man, it's menstruation. Okay? It's unrelated. It's unrelated and that's just how it is, right? Okay, want to make a better list of offline private server or gacha games? Okay. Plenty of cool stuff. Hololive, Project Dreams, already saw that. We saw this as well. There's plenty of these as well. I saw somebody type an essay about the other thing. Daily struggle. Okay. Strongest gacha game character lore wise. Huh. Very interesting. Stronger gacha game character lore wise. Obviously Goku, right? If you count Dragon Ball Z. That's just how it is. I support you while going on your period. If any girl playing this kind of game, she never respect you, I guess play at home. I'm not sure, right? But it is going to come from different culture, etc. He joking about USA politicians saying change manufacturing because he has man in it. I'm not sure what does that have to do with menstruation, right? Okay, we already saw the Madoka, Magica, Maja, etc. For the sake of today's argument, let's say that whatever games you play suddenly announce EOS today. What were the warning signs? Okay guys, what's going to be the sign? What would you do if it EOS? I want to see descriptions compare between games that are mostly doing fine and ones that actually had their death announced. What does that mean? Who can fight Vegeta Monkey? Oh, Monkey! Gradual misspelling and grammar issues. PGR. Clash of the COTC. I can't tell if NIKKE died or I'm just stuck on the loading screen. I'll show a comparison of how NIKKE is awful as loading screen compared to other gachas. Is it that bad? Is NIKKE's loading screen that bad? I feel like it's fine. Keep rerunning banners. That's probably one of the main signs. Constant rerun. But I would say rerun is also healthy sometimes, right? You want to have rerun once in a while. So you don't want to just have one aspect. Suck after strike is not what you think it is. So can I watch this? What is it about?
So I got a tag on Twitter from Amanagawa True. Appreciate the tag. This base tweet saying
Venti? Okay, I like Venti. Okay, this is a 10-minute video. Okay, I guess we can find out what happened to the... What actually happened, right? Because I'm sure you guys are aware they always have this drama with the voice acting. So let's see if there's any answers. Is the drama still going on? Has the voice actors recovered? What is happening with the USA? United States of America.
So I got a tag on Twitter from Amanagawa True. Appreciate the tag. This base tweet saying, hey Hero, hey, can you cover this situation on your channel? SAG-AFTRA is planning another annoying situation. And I'm so grateful that the people who watch my video...
Wait, what? Paimon what? Paimon voice actor explains how to fix Genshin.
Annoying situation.
How to
and I'm
fix
so
Genshin,
grateful
guys.
that the people who watch my videos are based like this, who see through the nonsense that SAG-AFTRA continues to peddle. So let's get the context, starting with this brief YouTube short from Darkos88.
Paimon VA explained how to fix the missing English voices. Turns out, Hoyo just needs to sign the interim agreement. Right now, many VAs legally can't work because of the strike. It's not that they don't want to. They can't unless Hoyo signs. If they do, the VAs can return, no matter which studio records them. We can actually help by forcing them to listen. Genshin has...
Is it about Hoyo signing? I thought it's about the company that employs them, right? Whatever the agency or something. But I guess it's more complex than it is. What does Hoyo have to sign actually?
A survey on voiceover issues. Go there, say you're very unsatisfied, and tell them to sign the agreement. If a lot of players do it, they maybe will listen. Paimon...
So yeah, for those that don't know, Hoyo vs MiHoYo are the devs behind Genshin Impact, Honkai Star...
But why are they not signing the agreement? And what agreement are we talking about? I feel like going to a survey and asking Hoyo to sign an agreement, and if you don't know what's the contents of the agreement, that's not the solution, right? And that's just how it is.
Zero, etc., etc. And of course, the SAG-AFTRA Western voice actor strike is affecting a number of games and companies. The focus of that short in this video is talking about how it's affecting Hoyoverse, though. And a number of Hoyoverse characters in their various games have not been having any English voice actors because those VAs are part of SAG-AFTRA, and
it's very annoying. So basically, if you play ZZZ, the one that I can notice is Lycoan not having the voice yet. It's definitely very annoying for sure. Some characters have the voice, some characters don't have the voice.
Therefore also a part of the strike. And the way SAG-AFTRA and a number of English voice actors here in the West have been approaching this whole thing has been very deceitful. For example, they will go to the public trying to say like, oh, it's just innocent voice actors trying to get protections against the use of AI, but they conveniently leave out how the negotiations are really not just about AI protection, but that they're also trying to get more money, and how their terms can also negatively impact non-union voice actors, causing them to lose their jobs. Then there's all this moral grandstanding that a number of union VAs have had, where they're
I mean, I don't want to like try to take sides here, but all of this is just he said, she said. Anyone can say anything on the internet, right? But at the end of the day, until I see the agreement, like I'm not just going to like, okay, I believe this voice actor just because I don't have any connection to any of them, right? But of course, anyone who want more money, I think it doesn't have to specifically point to one person. It could point to both the VAs and Hoyo themselves as well.
Acting like they're entitled to the public fighting on their behalf, while again screwing over non-union VAs and potentially even taking their jobs from them. It's a really bad look, and I'll break that down further all right now. So at the start of this video, I mentioned how glad I am that my viewers are in the loop with this stuff and know better than to just believe whatever Western VAs say and whatever SAG-AFTRA says. And the great news is that the comments of that YouTube short also include a bunch of people calling that stuff out too. This is quite a big difference from what we saw a few years ago when so many...
I mean, if Hoyo is not signing it, let's be honest here, right? If Hoyo is not signing it, that means they view this problem to not be that big of a deal. Like, let's be honest, there's nothing that these voice actors can do. You cannot force a company to accommodate to you. You are just a voice actor. Like, you are replaceable. To Hoyo, you are nothing, right? Like, asking companies to come to your terms is not going to end up well. I think you have to like try to meet in the middle. Like there have to be a middle ground. That's a cool Avengers logo right there. I just realized that. But yeah, I feel like if Hoyo is not willing to sign, that means it's just going to be a matter of time before they find a solution for it or to replace any of these people, right?
People on the internet would just believe anything English voice actors told them, no matter what narrative they were trying to spin. Now we see so many people not falling for that kind of manipulation, and it's a very wholesome development. So hopping over to the comments of that YouTube short, and you can see what I mean. Sorting by top comments, we've got ones that read, "Is it that simple though?" Himiko VA shared the info that signing the agreement would mean that non-union actors would lose their job.
Signing the agreement would mean that non-union actors... Okay, there's union, so there's union voice actors and non-union voice actors. So now one of them will lose their job. Basically, they are caught between a crossfire.
Basically, they are caught between a crossfire because union actors can't work with non-approved projects, and if they sign the agreement, non-union actors would either lose their job or be forced to join the union, and they are not part of it for their own reasons. One of the responses that comment gets is this one that says, "You're technically right. Hoyo can't sign it because they risk losing some non-union VAs. But it's actually because the non-union VAs have a chance to sign on to the project then. But if it's their third time doing so, they are forced to join the union. It sucks. And SAG only cares about it for the leverage/power they get from it." So this...
Yeah, so basically not everybody wants to join a union as far as I know, right? And it's unfair for those who are not in the union to lose their job as well. So I can see both sides, for sure.
The whole third time thing being mentioned there is probably referring to the Taft-Hartley Act, and I'll do my best to try and explain why that could be a problem. Hypothetically, if Hoyo signs this union agreement and those roles all become union roles, non-union voice actors would only be able to work those roles up to a third time, in which if they do activate that third hit, so to speak, they could be mandated to join the union, or no longer be able to get those roles at all. Basically having those roles hijacked from them, essentially. Some people have even argued that it's basically extortion. And of course, any SAG-AFTRA members who are extremely pro-union are likely going to be happy with any leverage that the union has over non-union voice actors. Some of them feel that non-union VAs are only hurting the union and its members. And so if the non-union voice actors lose their jobs or are...
Yeah, even amongst these voice actors, there's drama amongst themselves. There are like two sides of it, right? One is like union voice actors, one is the non-union voice actors. So one is trying to get the other to join them. I think the SAG-AFTRA strike represents the union voice actors. And you can see why the union voice actors would want the non-union to join them, because right now I think the union voice actors are the one not having the job, right? The non-union are the ones that are like currently doing the voice acting, as far as I know. It's very complicated, but yeah, this is like it's so complex, and it's very unique to the America, right? Because like right now in Wuthering Waves, they rely on using like the British VAs, and that one seems fine. There's no this kind of union or non-union whatsoever, right? So there's always like extra layer of complexity into it.
Forced to join SAG-AFTRA, the diehard SAG-AFTRA members will view that as a win-win. Now, of course, while some SAG-AFTRA members are like that, not all of them are so extreme and sadistic towards non-union VAs. However, actions do speak louder than words when the terms of their own union are harmful to non-union voice actors. Another top comment reads, "In all fairness, I disagree. If Hoyoverse signs, they risk losing some non-union talent.
Yeah, that's
SAG-AFTRA is being impossible here, and they want complete control over the industry. It's that simple." So
that's bad. That's bad. If you want complete control over the industry, that's definitely bad. Monopoly is always bad, right? It doesn't really matter. This is why all the new games are using European VAs now. Yeah, it seems to be the case, right? And if you are a Chinese company, you look at what's happening here, you'll be like, okay, we try to avoid the America because of all of this union drama or whatever. So you just don't want that, right? You just want to do your work. You just want to make a good product, make a good game, right? You don't want to have like one character have voice, one character don't have voice. It's really annoying.
My statement to y'all is this: don't spam Hoyo to sign the agreement. Spam SAG-AFTRA to release the strike. Tell them it's time to end this.
How long has this gone for? I think it's been like definitely almost a year. I don't know if it's been 2 years or not, but this was like since last year, right? It's going, man, it's been so long, right?
Once again, this is a very positive change where so many people are no longer falling for the manipulations of the union. Very wholesome change to see. Like right here, I'll show you a hilariously pathetic example of how union voice actors attempted to weaponize fans to empower the union. Activist outlet The Mary Sue wrote, "Voice actors offer cosplayers a fun way to support the SAG-AFTRA strike." And so this section here talks about a panel of voice actors that gathered to talk about the strike. In particular, this paragraph reads, secondly, the panelists said, cosplayers at San Diego Comic-Con and other events can weave SAG support into their costumes. Check out this next part. Crabtree Ireland clarified that while SAG members and influencers...
AI is a central issue in the WGA and SAG strikes, with studios pushing to replace much of actors' work with AI.
Influencers are barred from cosplaying under the terms of the strike. It's okay for hobbyists to cosplay. My suggestion to cosplayers would be that if you are supportive of the strike, figure out a way to combine your support for the strike with your favorite characters. Then you're actually helping us send the message we're trying to send, which is that the community at large is united in supporting us in the demands that we're making, which are...
How is Hoyo going to see this? This is specifically to San Diego Comic-Con. Even if there's cosplayers there, is Hoyo going to... You're sending a message to who? You're sending a message. You want to send a message to Hoyo, but they are in China. They don't care about this. Like, I feel like this is not going to solve anything, right? Hoyo is not going to sign it. You are just like making this. You're trying to make this issue as huge as possible, right where it is in the United States, but it's not solving the issue, right?
Reasonable.
It's
demands.
not moving the needle.
Yeah. Okay, bro. And so next they talk about the voice actress Ashley Birch, the voice actress for Aloy from the Horizon series, and Chloe
Aloy?
from Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, okay.
The panelists even suggested that cosplayers dress up as SAG president Fran Drescher, who made waves with her impassioned speech announcing the strike. Quote, "I have a pitch and you can take it or leave it," Birch said. "I would love to see some Fran Drescher cosplay. Do your magic. I'd love to see it." Yeah, so Birch is trying to get people to cosplay the SAG president. What the frick? So it's really weird how they're trying to police cosplay like this, trying to say certain people are not allowed to cosplay characters because that could hurt the strike.
I feel like bringing cosplayers into this doesn't do anything.
SAG support into their costumes.
I don't think it solves anything.
Kind of SAG badge or something.
It's weird.
Even trying to get people to give up other cosplay ideas and instead cosplay the SAG president. Yeah, it's just bizarre stuff. Hopping over to the subreddit for Honkai Star Rail, and we can see that even over there from 2 months ago, on a post about SAG-AFTRA and the strike and all that, that top comments were calling the stuff out too. For example, this one that reads, "Don't really like how if the union actors return, they have to remove non-union voice actors, and there's the chance for them to be blacklisted. Huh, lose-lose for Hoyo.
Yeah,
Once they
kinda
got reads,
sucks.
it's also a bit unfair because I was watching a stream of Emily's son, Claire's English voice actor, and she said that she was supporting the terms of the strike despite not being in SAG-AFTRA herself. Her rationale for this was that she was still too early in her VA career to join them, but wanted to show willingness to follow their terms. I imagine for future reference if the time ever came for her to join. So there are non-union VAs who are not established enough to join a union despite wanting to, who would theoretically be kicked out and replaced by that very union should the developers elect to make them a union game. I can't be the only person who sees the issue with that. That's the same.
That's probably not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. They are crazy to think they can force Hoyo and something. Hoyo literally have the control over monthly revenue that data. They do what they want. It's definitely going to be a very... I'm not sure if Hoyo even understands the problem though. Like, I'm not sure if they even care, or even they try to care enough to understand the problem. But I feel like there's a lot of solution for them, right? They can look for other companies that are willing to do that, right? For the other parts of the world, I'm sure you can find some English speaking VAs in Japan itself or in China itself, if that comes a worst case scenario, right? Ideally, you want to be able to hire it from the specific country, just to be able to feel relatable to the audience, I guess. But that's going to be like at this point, it's going to be a different issue altogether, right?
Saying nothing of the fact that these union members are knowingly going against the golden rule of their own organization by signing on to these non-union games, but then striking in its name to leverage the strain of unvoiced characters and lower customer satisfaction to achieve that very outcome. Unless I am misinterpreting the options Hoyo actually has here, it feels like unions and their VAs are in direct conflict of interest with non-union VAs. The only way to bring them back is to then replace the non-union VAs with SAG-AFTRA voices, which comes off as quite sinister.
That's like a lot of work, right? You have to redo the whole thing.
As for Hoyoverse themselves, I wouldn't say this is really a lose-lose position for them. If anything, it might be SAG getting into more of a losing position, as all of this might actually be a wake-up call for Hoyoverse and therefore indirectly other gaming companies to see that they might not need these union voice actors as much as they thought they did. After all, Hoyoverse is still making a lot of money despite some of their characters not having English voices.
That's
like
the thing though, right? The revenue never actually go down by a lot, actually, if you think about it, right? If you think about it, if you look from the perspective of the revenue, then none of it are being affected that much. Ideally, you want to have voice, but I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of players are sick of this. They don't care about this drama that's between the voice actor and the, SAG-AFTRA or whatever. Most players just, I'm gonna switch to Japanese, I'm gonna switch to Korean, I'm gonna switch to Chinese, right? And I think how many of you guys actually do that, right? You have one character with a voice, one character don't have voice, one character with a voice, you'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna switch to Japanese, screw this. Like, most players don't care, right? Because it's like, this is their problem. At the end of the day, like, people are just here to play the game, right? That's just how it is. Whichever that's going to give you the better, satisfaction for enjoying the story. That's just what it is, right?
One example of a game that no longer has an English dub at all is Snowbreak Containment Zone. Niche Gamer had wrote about this, saying Snowbreak is a gacha game that previously cut its English dub late last year after evaluating.
They didn't want to go back. Yeah, I remember this one.
Quote unquote. This
drama
means
is
most
insane.
people were probably listening in Japanese anyways. However, as the game has slowly gained more popularity, they have seemingly reached out to the English VAs to bring them back. However, it turns out that the English voice actors said they don't want to go back to voicing in the game because the game is too focused on fan service. The fan response to this news has ranged from apathetic to celebratory, with some considering the VAs effectively filtered or gatekept from the hobby. Implication is that if they dislike the fan service, they probably dislike the game.
That's just how it is.
May not be professional when performing. On a Snowbreak Reddit post about this stuff, there were top comments like this: whether they do or don't bring the voice actors back, I honestly don't mind. I'd rather have their finances spent on characters and gameplay. Similarly, the next top comment reads, very unlikely now since they're redoing story chapters with CN and JP VAs. Another top comment saying, I'd like to have them back as well.
This was
Being able to
right?
listen to the story in English helps. But, well, the English voiceover industry and the Western entertainment industry in general are so politically correct that they opposed the idea of voicing Snowbreak that now has attractive and revealing designs for female characters. Not to mention the female cast showing clear romantic interest in the main character, which is a man, and we all know they hate that. While EN voice would help.
Wait, they hate men there? They hate men in America? Too woke? Damn.
I don't want the money to be spent on people who would trash on the game and spite its direction. I don't want to listen to a voice in game, bond with the character, only to find out later that the VA is a bit unhinged and insists on her character being a sexual non-binary with they them pronouns or some other headcanon BS, thinking that she owns the character and uses her position to push ideas and lament on Twitter about how ticked she is that men played and take a liking to the character she voiced. By the way, at least the part about the non-binary thing there isn't even just hypothetical, as that did happen with Paimon in Genshin Impact and Paimon's voice actor, as Paimon's voice actor does claim to be non-binary, at least the last time I looked, and then was trying to say that Paimon canonically was as well, despite that not being true, and getting very upset at people on social media who claim that it's not true. Anyways, that post ends by saying, if there was a way to source English voice actors that don't trash on fans and what we love, or try to influence the game away from Snowbreak's fan service ideals, it'd be great. But for now, as CSUN have found out, there doesn't seem to be a way. CSUN being the devs and publishers for Snowbreak. So with that example, and all the stuff going on with European, we may actually see more games from overseas, deciding that it's not even worth it for them to bring on English voice actors, thinking that it's all too much of a bother. Or at the very least, perhaps only going with voice actors who are not a part of a union.
Unfortunate.
So we'll have to wait and see how that all continues to play out. As always, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. And if you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate ya.
Alright, I guess we'll never have Blue Archive English voice actor. Or maybe like Brown Dust 2 English voice acting. I hate EN voices now. Most voice is gone. That's just how it is. That's how it is, eh? Yeah, I feel like there's only so much that you can do. I think a lot of companies are going to look at this and be like, this is just, it's more problem, and it invents problem for them, and also it's like they have to spend time, resources, money to try to solve this. They would rather not, right? And at the end of the day, it probably doesn't cost much of their revenue anyways. So I can see why they wouldn't want to they wouldn't bother to begin with. No EN woke voice? I guess so. I guess we'll never have that in entirety of it, which is a little bit unfortunate, right? Some of it is a little bit unfortunate, but that's what it is. I guess it will never be solved. Don't bring English VA to Blue Archive? Why not? What was Gacha like before Genshin? Gacha before Genshin. BA does not need English VA, the Japanese VA is good enough. Yeah, but what about some Wokies that want only English? There are some Wokies, they only want English though, right? Curious to read that. Okay, let's see. There was something else that I want to look into. Starlip, okay. So Gacha with English voice acting. Alright. Oh shoot, I missed the other. Let me see. The other Reddit posts. I must have missed it. There's... Oh yeah, look at this. Somebody linked this to me. Alright. NIKKE is the only full waifu gacha that have EN VAs or have another. The only full waifu gacha that have EN VAs. How about Azulian? Is that English VA? I can't remember. I guess NIKKE can afford it. Paimon VA actually claiming Paimon as non-binary is extremely wild. Is it true? I don't know about that. Shift Up knows what they are doing since they manage all three. You want Blue Archive English VAs? You want to hear Koharu voice? Okay, sometimes you gotta have Koharu voice, right? That's just how it is. A comparison between Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. Part 1. Wow. 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 Holy, that's a lot of text. Part 2. Okay. Okay, this is a lot. I don't know if I can read all of this. Part 1, Part 2. Part 2. Wow. Cutscene cinematics. Combat. Why Wuwa's combat is fun. Endgame. Character design. Main character. Quality of life. Wow. Ain't got time for that. What do you guys think of the essays? Sometimes you gotta have some essays, you know? When was the last time you guys ever be so passionate in writing essays? Essays are important to convey your experience, alright? Part 1, Part 2. Homeboy got his doctorate in Reddit essays. Sometimes you just gotta have those, right? Those are very, very important. It's relevant to the discussion, right? No way he's gonna read that. I mean, I don't mind reading that, but it would take very, very long. It would take a super long time, right? A little bit too long, but that's just how it is. That's how it is, right? With all of these things. But I think that's the pretty much the important stuff. Saddest character, Enigma, Sophia, okay. Those things, oh yeah, NB trailer, right? So we can check that out. When is Kisaki coming? Kisaki is next week. Next week, man. So you gotta prepare for it. What is this? New drama. Okay, what is the drama about? A lifeguard who saved a boy was arrested. Wait, what? Lifeguard? He saved the boy but he got arrested? Why? I thought lifeguard is supposed to save... Did he do something else? Okay, let me look at this. Quick glance.
You get exactly what you deserve in prison, and you know what's gonna happen to you when you go to prison.
This lifeguard saved a drowning boy and was arrested and received charges for it. Zachary Stein, 23, a lifeguard, was lucky enough to save Adam Kartak, a 5-year-old boy, from...
So why was he... what? Why would you get...
almost drowning in a park splash pad, but instead of being thanked by his family, Zachary was arrested by police for endangering Kartak's life. Stanford police claimed that surveillance footage showed fewer than 8 children in the pool at the time, and that Zachary was the only lifeguard on duty. They claim that although Zachary eventually rescued Adam and performed CPR on him, he did not notice Adam was underwater for nearly 4 minutes. Police believe Zachary should have spotted the child much earlier. Surveillance footage doesn't show Stan using his cell phone or having any distractions, so it's not clear why it took him so long to notice. Zachary had been a full-time lifeguard there for 5 years, and now he's been let go because of this incident. He saved a family and was charged with reckless endangerment and risk of injury to a minor. Do you think this is a fair punishment for Zachary?
Minor? Okay, so do you guys think it's fair? So he got... so because of the minor, he lost his job. Is it fair or not? Sometimes you just lose your job because of some minor. I guess that's just what happens, eh? That is on him. So he didn't save the kid fast enough, is the problem, is it? He didn't save the kid fast enough. But he did save the kid though. So I'm not sure. 4 minutes? Where's the parents to begin with? I don't know. Maybe it's a teaching swimming school or something. I have no idea. He should get fired, not arrested. 4 minutes is kind of bad. Sometimes you just maybe you don't. I mean, like depending on how big the swimming pool is, sometimes you just can't see, I guess, right? Or maybe it's hard to see. Maybe it looks like the kid is swimming just fine, but it's not really drowning or something, right? 4 minutes is wild. Yeah, if it's 4 minutes, but at the end of the day, if he's not on his phone, what was he doing though? So what was he doing that's causing the drama? Because at the end of the day, this drama can only work so much, right? Okay, let me see. What is this? Boom. I can't speak to this because I don't want to get banned. Okay, can you just speak to it on DM then? Speak to it on DM then. So nothing will happen. I'm new to GF2. Okay. I want to ask, do I pull for dupes and weapons as a free-to-play? Depends on the character. Some character yes, some character no. Yeah, I've seen that before. Yo, Kevin Kirk, why did you send me this picture? I mean, but why would you send me this picture, Kevin Kirk? Like, what does this picture mean? Hooters? Damn, that's thick, yo, that's thick AF. So this is what people go to Hooters for, is it? So this is what people go to Hooters for. Alright, alright. I understand now, I understand. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. But sometimes that's just what it is. WTF. I mean, like, yeah, it's pretty cool, right? That's why Hooters went bankrupt. Why? Because they're not thick enough. I think they're thick enough. These are the kind who really attune to the water and love diving under the water. Okay. That's not Hooters, that's Poopers. Hooters is filing for bankruptcy. I know, it's kind of insane, right? But the other restaurant, it seems to be fine. So it's just Hooters that is happening too. So for now, but they are shutting down though, so I feel bad for them, right? I feel bad for Hooters, Booters. Okay, Soldier Zero. Let's see, what is this all about, right? You gotta look at the Soldier Zero drama. Okay, there's a lot of drama happening, so we gotta understand the perspective. So this is going to happen tomorrow. We're gonna be pulling as per usual. Okay. Where is Petite Tick? I have no idea. So yeah, Soldier Zero NB character trailer. Alright, what is this about, man? We're gonna listen to the
replica number 0 standing by. Awakening
Yo, Mackenzie, what up?
to begin. Rise and shine, Anby.
Who? Oh, she's an experiment. That's not
Replica
Yanagi.
number 0 awaiting your orders.
I like NB's voice actually.
Good girl. Target training module complete. Data collection complete.
Good girl, well done. This is why you're my favorite.
Why is it?
Well then, let's move on to the final test.
She actually has that rappy personality to the point that she's like very monotonous in terms of her expression, right? She doesn't express much.
Now, end your own life.
What?
Understood. Replica 0. Following orders.
Her stats are good. Patch her up and send her to field training.
Wait, what? Did she?
Just as we expected.
Did she just?
You're the only one who made it through this operation.
Wow.
Anne was right. You are the perfect one.
The perfect one.
Now, go dispose of number 11. She failed to participate in the operation.
Dispose Soldier 11?
Is being shut down.
No, so not Soldier 11. So they're all experimental characters.
Anby, this is an order.
Replica number 0. Are you defying orders?
Anby?
So she would rather get rid of herself than to get rid of Soldier 11. Wow. Soldier 11?
We miscalculated. A machine without absolute loyalty is worthless.
Huh.
Good thing we haven't disposed of number 11 yet.
We'll use her instead. As for the defect, just dump it somewhere.
So she's not really a human? She's a robot or a clone or something, is it? This felt like a ReZero situation. That's Soldier 11, right? There's a lot of them. There's like a lot of them. I guess they are best.
I have a feeling there's a hidden treasure around here. Whoa. Is this supposed to be my treasure?
So that's how Nicole found NB. And NB become Nicole's treasure. Wow. Okay, okay. Cool stuff. I think that's a pretty I wonder if Nicole found her first. Did Nicole found NB first or Nicole found Billy first, right? I think it's going to be one or the other. Eva fetish go. What? Oh, Palcras massage is too much. It is too much. Okay. You wonder if Otto or Loshka will be Zuzu's villain? I doubt it, right? Because that's in the Honkai universe. They could probably do it separately. But that one is going to be a different one altogether. Furry getting a massage. Sometimes you just gotta have furry getting a massage, right? That's just how it is. Your simp Eli, what up? Okay, so I will continue. Should I watch this video? I kind of want to watch this video. What is the Arknights Enfield potential thing about? A lot of people want me to check out the video. I haven't seen what that is. Probably a drama video, right? This video has been posted on my Reddit for the last couple of days. But it is a 26 minutes video though. Yeah, I think we can watch this first before we jump into the account review. It is going to be long. It's going to be a long. Alright, so if there's any Arknights Enfield haters, it's time to rise up. Time to rise up, okay? 26 minutes. Okay, give me a moment then. If that be the case. The gooning. What gooning? There's no gooning here. Let's see what this is then. Holy, it's 30 minutes. Okay, that's not at the beginning, right?
Much can be said with certainty about Arknights Enfield after its beta test.
Okay.
It's got huge potential, it's going to be very popular.
Definitely.
And this NPC is really sorry.
Really sorry, really sorry, really sorry, really sorry.
Having played the full duration of the beta...
I don't think I've encountered that guy before. That's kind of... Wait. Was there some guy that keeps screaming the same thing over and over again?
I can confidently say that Arknights Enfield has the potential to define a whole new generation of gacha.
It's not that it has the potential, it's already defining the whole new generation of gacha games. I think the game is complete. Like, unless this guy has like, a lot of things that he's not happy with, we'll see how it is, right?
That is not an exaggeration. But I really must emphasize the word potential. Because right now, I am increasingly worried that potential may never end up being realized. That very same potential could also turn the game into the biggest disappointment I've ever experienced in all my years of playing games.
Biggest disappointment.
Firstly though,
he chose the male MC, by the way.
Really need to get the glazing out of my system, so let's just get that out of the way, shall we? There is so much that I fucking love about Enfield. Literally from the moment you open the game, it hits you with the
Arknights.
God, it's so good. Harking back to its roots, and now
I never noticed that. Even here, it shows the shadow of the male MC. I guess because if you pick one, I think the female MC is a bit different, right?
Sing itself to the world before greeting you with peak music just for the login screen.
That's loud. Okay. I mean, so what, right? Wuthering Waves has the same thing, so I don't see what is this unique to Arknights Enfield. I think a lot of games have this kind. Even Genshin has that door moving thing, right? I feel like that's what it is, right? But maybe he likes the music, so that's what it is.
The satisfaction of seeing all the sprawling factory belts come together, customizing map traversal with zip lines, the activity in the Dijang with
this guy's a dude lover. I saw he built the only male character that's from the standard rate up, and also he picked the male MC. Okay.
Operators working.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're here, Administrator. How's your
Lee
day?
Feng.
The view of
Dapan.
Palace 2 from the
Okay.
Nexus,
Big fan of Dapan as well.
Phenomenal sound design.
Yeah, this boss is annoying. What is it? Is it the video quality or what?
The eerie environment and music of Valley 4.
Okay. Okay, it has good music then.
The gorgeous environment and music of Jinlong.
Yeah, this part is very pretty for sure. And I feel like they definitely need to do more. I think this area, they need to add more monsters or enemies. You don't really see them much.
And the headhunting. Oh my good lord, the headhunting. The music on the banner screen gets you all excited as if you're preparing for a rocket launch. You click the button, you hear those distant scintillations, and then...
boom. Yeah, it's very good gacha animation. I think one of the better ones, right? Ooh, that's a 6 star.
By far the best summoning experience in any gacha game I've ever played. Not even close.
I actually prefer this because you're going to get characters straight up. There's no like weapon in it, right? So I'm talking about the lowest rarity, the 4 star in this case, because in this game it has 4 star, 5 star, and 6 star, right? The 4 stars even then are all characters.
Oh, right, good. Got that out of my system. I have been fortunate enough to play both the alpha and beta of Enfield.
Okay.
In its alpha state, I was hooked. I was full of optimism, and I was fully convinced
the combat
that it
system
would be
was
my favorite game of all time.
Way worse.
So what changed in the beta? Thankfully, not the base. It's even better than before, and it has a ton of room to grow and become much deeper. Of course, even though the base has a very obvious target audience, with the nature of it being a gacha game, there will inevitably be those who are simply addicted to account progression as gameplay, and will play games they would otherwise have zero interest in just to feed that addiction. For those players, rather than simplify the gameplay, which would only annoy its fans and still wouldn't be good enough for the gacha addicts, they instead created these wacky inflatable tube guys, which you then have to murder in cold blood.
Okay, it's part of the tutorial.
Which unlocks a bunch of tutorials for it. They are quite possibly the most needlessly hand-holding tutorials I've ever had to do, but I don't mind their existence at all if it means they can keep cooking and make it deeper, more complex, and even...
You can skip it, just like any tutorial, you can skip that one. It's not that big of a deal. If you don't want to, you can just go and find the guys, right? But you don't have to like do that thing. I guess you sort of have to do the special achievements to get like extra Originites or something.
More fun and satisfying in the future. And for those who are hoping for just another account progression dopamine machine, who lament the mere thought of meaningfully engaging with the base at all, fear not, there is actually an easy solution. Don't play it.
What do you mean?
Unfortunately though, in spite of everything I've mentioned so far, Enfield has made what I feel are very significant mistakes.
So what's the mistake then?
Pretty much all of them are fixable. These are far from permanent. But in general, beta tests tend to look pretty similar to their full release versions. So let's dive in. The main story is, to put it bluntly, bad. There's no nuance at all. Landbreakers are completely one-dimensional and uninteresting, just generic bad guys who want you dead. Compare them to Reunion from the Arknights main story. They're introduced to us as fighting for the same goal as Rhodes Island, that being to liberate the infected, but with very different methods. There is a clear conflict.
I feel like the story is okay. It actually improved actually. If you play the first alpha and then you play the recent beta, it definitely improved. They even changed the entirety of the story, right? But it's hard for you to just gauge and look at that up until that point.
Understand the motivations of the antagonists and how they ended up where they are.
Because you don't see the whole thing yet.
None of this. We also know almost nothing about the aims or motivations of the main villain Neferith, who might just be one of the most toothless villains I have ever seen.
Because you only encounter her once or twice, right?
The sole exception of one line when you first meet her, she shows up from time to time, says some vague bullshit and fucks off again. How on earth can this be written by Hypergriff, the same people who gave us Patriot and Tallulah? They can...
Because you are someone that lost your memory, right? It's just like any other thing. You're someone that lost your memory. Apparently everybody knows you. And everybody knows you, the administrator, but you don't really know them. So that connection is not there yet. So it's going to be built throughout in the encounter as you progress in the story. I think that's going to be the intention of how it is, right? So it's very generic trope, right? Basically, you lost your memory. You were there before that, similar to Wuthering Waves, I guess, in a way, right? And then you have to like try to figure things out as things goes. Polika apparently remembers you previously, but you probably can't. Like, that's how the story is being told, right?
Very reasonably fix all of these issues before the game's release, but the alpha story wasn't good either, so I'm not convinced they will. I have no issue with the notion of a simple story well told, but that does not describe Enfield's story at all. And it's not just the writers who are at fault. At one point, Chen refers to Neferith as Nephi, which I found extremely weird. Why is she giving the main villain a friendly nickname? Turns out this is because in every single language except English, Chen says essentially the equivalent of Nefer something or Nefer whatever, because the name went over her head. It's a subtle way of adding to her characterization. Instead, the English translators collectively hotboxed their entire office and decided Chen is actually giving her the kind of cute nickname you'd normally give to close friends.
I feel like it's not the best thing ever, but I think it's kind of nitpicky, right? Like, it's just a small thing. Like, does it ruin your immersion? I feel like for me, at least, it doesn't, right? Again, yeah, it depends on individual. I don't think that if you address a villain as someone more friendly, like, yeah, is it that big of a deal? I don't know.
I am astounded at how incompetent this is, but then again, these are the same translators who translated cold to cryo, for no reason in particular, I'm sure.
Okay.
Most of the dialogue is also
so basically it's translation for now.
You should feel lucky, because I am the only one who can take care of technical
That's a personality, right?
like
She's
this.
someone that's like cocky.
Say no more. Stop moving already, and do something about that ether side rupture before it gets any worse.
Guys, writers, please! Is it too much to ask not to be treated like an idiot? Who could your target audience possibly be for this dialogue such that you feel the need to explicitly state the obvious multiple times and make sure everything is repeated very slowly for clarity? Oh, motherfucker! Consistent with the emerging trend of disappointing writing, frustratingly are the characters. Not because their writing is bad per se, but because there's just so much wasted potential.
Like
for
what?
example, Ember is a Sancta and Shaihi is a Sarkaz. We know from the Arknights story that the Sancta and the Sarkaz are seemingly always in conflict with each other due to what the Sarkaz see as the Sancta's betrayal. An image of a Sarkaz and a Sancta holding hands was very prominent in Arknights' fourth concept trailer as a holy shit moment because its meaning was so significant. Meanwhile, the only mention of something even slightly resembling a connection to this lore is one line in Ember's file saying, "The children born and raised in Talos 2 would never learn that angels and..."
Okay, I can see the problem here. He has the expectation because he played the first Arknights. So there's there's like an conflict issue between these two races. So going into Arknights Enfield, he assumed the same thing. But I feel like for me, I never have that expectation. I never, because this is like I assume it's a new franchise, right? So I'm just going into this assuming it's going to be a different world, but it's just using the same name of the game. But I guess this person is looking at it rather as a sequel, rather than something that's like a separate thing.
Sanctum used to carry beautiful
so I can
meanings
see
in times past.
You are going to have the expectation in that case.
This is the writer's way of saying that the entire history of Terra, all the extraordinary, catastrophic, mountain-moving events that directly led to Terran races ending up on Talos 2, not important. None of it matters anymore. I am so disappointed in the writers. What a monumental waste of such an...
So he expects some connection between these two games. Like, is it unfair to expect that connection but between the same franchise? Maybe there should be some, but I feel like it's okay to not have, I don't know, maybe the name Arknights, and maybe it's because of the same name, right? One is called Arknights, one is called Arknights Enfield, so people expect that kind of connection. I guess it's more, I guess you could also look at it as Honkai Impacted and Honkai Star Rail. There's not really any connection other than just some of it, they use the same characters pretty much, right? Huh.
An incredible wealth of lore at your disposal. All that being said, though, I must admit, I do love the fact the resident Australian, Aviwena, says verbatim.
Okay, Aviwena.
How does it taste like? Crikey fucking bloody oath, Sheila, you piss-drinking cunt! Despite nearly all the writing being a massive letdown, I want to make it explicitly clear the voice actors, thankfully, are actually good at their job and have done marvelous work.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty good, actually.
I'm a huge fan of Aviwena, Dapan, and Wolfguard's regional accents.
Oh, of course. You're the boss.
Big fan of Dapan, man. Big fan of Dapan.
Not a problem. Leave it to me.
And on top of that,
it does annoy me that the OG lore is basically meaningless. You have like 50 novels worth of story in the first game and it's tossed out the window. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can understand from that perspective, but for me, because I never really, I did play the first Arknights, but I wasn't someone that's like deep into the first Arknight story. So I just play this game as an individual game as a whole, right? And I do think that I actually think it's better that way. I actually think that way, right? So you might be offended, but hear me out, right? You don't want your game, you don't want a sequel of a game to require you to play the first game. I think if you design it that way, it's going to push away some audience. Yes, you might push away some audience either way, because some audience want the connection. But I actually think it's a bad way to design a new sequel of a game, to have it so that you don't understand anything in the game before you play the older game. Does it make sense? I feel like if you have Fortnite 2, you shouldn't have to be able to play Fortnite 1 to understand what's happening in Fortnite 2. If you have Genshin 2, I feel like to have Genshin 2 good, you shouldn't have to play the first one to be able to play the second one. I actually think going that way is better, so you are able to attract new players, new audiences. That's just my personal opinion though, of how these products. For example, I think one that you can think of very that you guys may feel relatable is maybe the Marvel movies, right? Some of the Marvel movies, I go to the cinema, the recent ones, right? The old ones, I get it, right? That's fine. But the new ones, like some of it, you have to watch the series to get the full context. For example, the Doctor Strange one, my friend watched the Wanda and Vision series, and he can understand certain extra things that I don't understand when I watch that movie. So ideally, you want everything to be standalone, preferably, because nobody is going to watch the 10 whole movies before they watch the recent one to understand the whole thing. So I do lean towards the side that it's better for majority of the players to be a completely new thing that doesn't relate to the old one, or doesn't require you to understand read through or play the old one to be able to understand or enjoy the new one. I think that's better.
The animations are way more expressive, the models are outstanding, and their idle chatter adds a ton
Idealism is always detached from reality, and it's the first step towards disappointment.
Okay.
Thank you, Wolfguard.
Wolfguard.
Also, just one more thing. I am no prude. I am a straight man who plays gacha games. I'm not going to pretend not to like fan service.
Okay.
But guys, holy fuck, relax. Subtlety is dead. Humanity is cooked.
No, this is probably Arknights Enfield's.
Guide me from the...
This is Arknights Enfield's best feature. The animation is really, really good. Even a lot of Japanese developers are literally praising it for that, which is very, very good, right? They do have this animation going into it, but most of it is just pointing towards Yvonne, which is kind of bad. You want, I would say, try to equalize it, right? So try to give the other characters more animation as well, but everybody seems to like Yvonne, which is, I think Yvonne is going to be the most famous character. For sure, right?
The wayward woman, Lord Jesus. Now, as I said before, everything I have mentioned so far is fixable. Bad writers can be replaced and characters can be given good writing later on, which is why all of this is negligible compared to the number one issue I have with Arknights Enfield in its beta state, because it is not fixable once it is released. In order to get there, we first need to talk about combat.
I know. I think he's going to complain he doesn't like it.
For the most part, revolves around skills and skill points.
I kind of like the combat actually. It's quite different.
Skill, which in theory triggers a combo.
So it's like 4
skill,
characters in the field at the same time. You swap between them, right?
Combo skills are essentially just QTEs with extra steps that deal damage. You press E when the prompt shows up, and it gets the neurons going. Basic attack strings essentially serve as the cost of getting a final strike, which is the last hit in the sequence. Final strikes restore SP, so for the most part, you really want to be getting the full sequence of basic attacks to that end. That logic generally applies to the combat as a whole. Given the importance of skills, you want to be maximizing SP restoration, hence the prevalence of Arklight in nearly every team composition. Her individual damage
I never actually use Arklight,
but her ability
I know
to
she's quite
SP
strong.
is excellent, and more SP means more damage. I'm honestly kind of surprised she isn't a 6-star. Now, the beta
is a
also
4-star,
adds the ability to dodge. Due to the nature of final strikes being your primary way of restoring SP, you need to commit to the full sequence of basic attacks to get it, which means
now one thing that I think they could improve upon is the dodge. I think the dodge in this game is extremely unsatisfying compared to something like Wuthering Waves one. I think Wuthering Waves has a better... I think Wuthering Waves is one of the best... Wuthering Wave and Zenless 0, right? At least when you dodge, the time slows down and you know you dodge. But over here, there's no such thing. So you don't even know sometimes you dodge, or if you get hit along the way, you gotta look at your HP and check, hey, did I got hit or not, right? So I think that's something that they can improve upon, maybe, right?
Currently, there is still very much a choice every time an enemy attacks you of either dodging or taking the hit. And the dodge is often not the best move. But it still gives me cause for concern. Future 6-stars are inevitably going to be designed to take advantage of more and more gameplay mechanics. Right now, the dodge only exists as a means of survival rather than facilitating damage. But if a dodge exists in any capacity, there is a very real danger of them leaning much further into it by, say, having a 6-star with a combo skill triggered by a dodge, and then more units with kits centered around dodging who synergize with that 6-star, and a new 6-star whose basic attacks don't get interrupted by the dodge, and before long you'll end up with a player base wanting more and more action, understandably seeking to flex their ADHD action gamer reflexes as their expression of skill. But with Enfield's base building being the way
I feel like Enfield is not about the combat.
Down the actual substance of the base
At least that's how I feel, right?
Alpha, the vision the Enfield team had was clearly aimed at the kind of player who likes to obsess over details, who may not necessarily want something based on reflexes, but instead something more strategic, controlled and precise. The base obviously appeals to this kind of player, while the combat has ended up with a sort of identity crisis.
Never actually
use what it really wants to look like, trying to be a bit of everything while never actually excelling at any of them. Most of the strategy comes from the team comps rather than the execution. The actual process of triggering combos and doing damage and so on, while satisfying for a while, is very easy. Use a battle skill or two, do your basic attack string, face tank smaller hits, use combo skills on cooldown, and repeat. I quickly exhausted every single possibility for improvement, and even self-limiting clears like duos and solos are not at all challenging. I died more often to platforming than to enemies. This is mostly due to the current cast of enemies lacking any real variety or complexity. Sure, it will improve with time, but the state of the game at launch has real implications for the future of the game. Hypergriff has been through these...
I thought the final boss mechanics is pretty good. The one that he fought earlier, the one that has... he didn't really show it, right? But the one that he showed earlier, that final boss, there's a few different bosses in the game that have quite a unique mechanic.
Before.
There's
Today,
one big
more than
guy
5
as well.
years after its launch, Arknights is known for its meaningfully challenging endgame modes to the point of Chinese universities hosting nationwide Arknights tournaments with thousands of dollars in prize money. I've kept playing for all these years because Arknights has such a rich endgame and high skill ceiling.
I mean, sometimes in the beta, you can't really see this yet, right? Like, I'm not trying to... Like, to be fair, if you look at Honkai Star Rail beta back then, you look at Zenless Zone Zero beta back then, before they came out, was there any endgame? Most of the time, the endgame are quite hidden. They don't really have endgame yet. It's just, they allow you to play the game in the beta. So you shouldn't expect like endgame content in beta for the time being, right? I think most games, as far as I know that I've played beta before, they don't usually have the final endgame stages there yet, right? They usually come out in the official release of the game.
But for a long time, it didn't. When it first launched, the most interesting gameplay it had to offer was Chapter 4. It took them years to make integrated strategies a permanent game mode. But the difference is, Arknights didn't offer anything else in terms of gameplay. There was nothing else to play the game for. With Enfield, Hypergriff seems to have regressed into doing the same thing by making it frustratingly shallow in its launch state. But doing so this time is a critical mistake. Those who are looking for strategic depth will not find it. It is pathetically easy, and it will remain that way for at least the first 6 months or so. Which means once those players have completed their bases, which really doesn't take that much time, they may not stick around for that long. But those who are looking for action will get plenty of it from daily and weekly gameplay, regardless of the difficulty. The ability to dodge not only gives those action-seeking players their daily dose of dopamine, but also significantly diminishes the need for healing. If their overworld healing needs can be met with items you can craft directly from the backpack, and the 4-star like Snowshine can provide literally all my healing needs with room to spare.
Yeah, Snowshine is a very good healer.
What reason does the action-seeking player have to engage with the base at all? The outposts are optional. All they need at that point is some components to make gear.
You still gotta get gears, right?
This, combined with the lack of strategic depth in its launch state, creates a serious risk of cultivating a majority of players who are exclusively invested in the action gameplay. Now, this will be a controversial take, but I would not be making this video were I not willing to defend it. I think the best decision Enfield could possibly make after the beta is to remove the dodge entirely. Hypergriff's development decision...
That's what they did in the alpha. In the alpha, you cannot dodge at all. And then in the beta, they added dodge. The only way to dodge in the alpha is to not dodge, but to swap to a different character when the enemy is going to hit you. So that way the NPC takes damage, and they know how to avoid it sometimes, right? But your character cannot dodge. I remember that was the thing. But I think if you want to they already add back the dodge, I doubt they're going to remove it, right? It's not going to be an option.
Will be driven by what players want, and if the vast majority of players aren't engaging with the base, the game's evolution will reflect that. This is my #1 issue with the game. They are creating a precarious combination of action gameplay in the combat alongside the slower gameplay of the base. We already have an example of such a precarious combination in a gacha game failing to hold in Zenless.
The base doesn't need improvements. I feel like the base building can be fun, right? I can see like it can attract some people who like... there's a lot of... Actually, when I was playing Arknights Enfield, I actually didn't know this, but a lot of people come to me and told me about Satisfactory and Factorial. Now, there's a big audience for those games out there. You can't deny that a lot of people like Factorial and Satisfactory. Now, it might not be a game for everyone, but if you look up gameplays of those games, people that like those kind of games are not going to be, I want combat in this game. So, it's really complicated, right? So, are you trying to capture the audience that loves combat, or are you trying to capture the audience for people who like base building and capitalize on that? On that, right? And I think that's what they're trying to lean towards too, not necessarily the combat aspect of it, right? The combat aspect, we already got Wuthering Waves, right? Let's be honest, right? So do you think Arknights Enfield should compete with Wuthering Waves for combat? I don't think so. So what is the purpose of them? I think they're trying to tap into the different market. That's the whole point of it. That's literally the whole point of it.
Zone Zero's TV mode. It is
I remember, okay, so Zenless Zone Zero TV mode, again, I'm quite surprised they decided to remove this as well. Like literally, the entire version 1.0, it was just the entire thing. Like, what surprises me is like they went with it. This game has beta. They went with it. So wouldn't they have gotten feedback by then about the TV mode as a whole? So they still went with it in version 1.0. People didn't like it. I guess a lot of people complain about it and then they remove it, right? But wouldn't you have enough feedback to know that in the beta itself? Or is it too late for you to... Or is it they try to still release it in the official release to get a bigger sample size of more players to know what people like or not, I guess. Because I don't see why they didn't fix it to begin with, because they have multiple betas for this game actually, right?
An action game. It was advertised as an action
game. You enjoyed the TV though?
Lo and behold, the action game
but there are people that didn't like it as well.
And Hoyoverse decided to all but kill the TV mode entirely.
Yeah.
The difference though is that Zenless Zone Zero was built from the ground up around its dodge and parry mechanics.
But Zenless Zone Zero have good combat. That's the thing. So you can take out the you can take out the TV in Zenless Zone Zero because it has good combat. But in Arknights, you shouldn't take out the base building because the combat in Arknights is not about the combat, you know? So it's a bit different.
Mechanics. It is fundamentally an action game. That is where its strengths lie, and that decision was an act of leaning further into those strengths. Enfield, on the other hand, has been built from the ground up around the base, yet it is taking clear steps towards action gameplay. Obviously, they aren't going to kill off the base entirely. You might as well announce end of service at that point, but I am convinced Enfield is sleepwalking into doing something not all that far removed. If the game cultivates a player base who are seeking action, then as more and more regions are introduced, each one asking the player to build a new base from scratch, those action-seeking players will complain and...
Because the thing is, we won't really know how it's like in the future, right? Like this base building thing...
One asking the player to build a new base...
They could be like, version 1.1, version 1.2 could be like an improvement to it, or there could be like more stuff that revolve around this, right? And some people might actually like it, and depending on... We also don't really see... One thing that we also don't really see in betas is events. How events are being held, what kind of events that the game can have. Not necessarily the game will always have a combat related event, right? I mean, you guys play Zenless Zone Zero, you know Zenless Zone Zero right now has a fishing event, like fishing, Wuthering Wave has fishing event. So the events will always be what is going to be the main focus for players to basically engage with the stuff that the game can do. So if the event can incorporate something to do with this base building thing, I can see some fun in it, right? Depending on how you do the proper stuff.
Base from scratch, those action-seeking players will complain, and being the majority of the player base, there is a serious danger of Hypergriff pivoting to action gameplay for that reason.
Okay.
And we have already seen that Hypergriff is perfectly willing to let you sidestep most of the strategy in their strategy game, so long as you pay up.
Wow.
But for the same reason Hoyoverse's attempts at strategy have been absolute dog shit, Hypergriff would not even hold a candle to develop.
I actually like that tower defense in Genshin, right? Last time. I actually like that one.
Dodge and doubling down on strategic gameplay solves this problem and gives them the space to build on Enfield's strengths and create something truly phenomenal. It is by far the best decision they can make for the longevity of the game. Instead, they are trying to steer it in two different directions simultaneously. One towards that vision they so clearly had a year ago, and one towards appealing to a wider, more general audience.
Yeah, so I understand what he's trying to say.
We all know what general audience really means. Let's not pretend otherwise. It means the Hoyoverse audience.
Hoyoverse audience. Wow.
Obviously, there's nothing wrong with playing Hoyoverse games. This does not mean every single Hoyoverse fan ever.
Uh-oh.
The problem is with those who do not see each game as having a unique identity appealing to different kinds of players, but rather they see 3D anime RPG gacha game as a genre in itself. And yes, that does include you, Wuthering Waves fans. Hoyoverse and Kuro games both have their roots in action gameplay, while Hypergriff's roots are in strategy. And yet, there are still those who make the argument that trying to be like Genshin or like Wuthering Waves or whatever is a good thing because they're the most popular gacha, and for some reason, popularity is the only thing that matters to these people. I'm going to make what may seem like a strange analogy at first, but just trust me on this. When Gangnam Style released in 2012, it was a global phenomenon. It became the first video to reach 1 billion views on YouTube, and just like that, the Korean pop industry was catapulted into the mainstream. More than a decade after that phenomenon, do we now have a thriving industry consisting solely of songs that are like Gangnam Style?
Is he talking about K-pop?
Sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? Saya did not stumble upon some magic formula for success which can be repeated forever with the right balance of ingredients, and Saya has explicitly said this himself.
You know, I cannot call this success because this is called phenomena, and which means I don't do anything. People do it, right? So this was by people, not by me.
K-pop is the leviathan of
I didn't know this guy can speak English,
not because everybody copied Gangnam Style.
This is the first time I've heard him
took advantage of the opportunities
other than for the Gangnam Style video.
Fast forward to 2020 and Genshin Impact becomes a global phenomenon, catapulting gacha games into the mainstream. MiHoYo put some forward-thinking people at the wheel, quickly built a brand identity, renaming themselves Hoyoverse, and now, 5 years later, Hoyoverse has found unfathomable sustained success.
Best mobile game.
But again, this is not because they found some magic formula,
Honkai Star Rail.
but because they took advantage of the opportunities brought about by the phenomenon that was and is Genshin Impact.
What is this?
This is what people so often miss when they insist that every new gacha game needs to be like some other gacha game.
So they should be like Genshin?
Of course, this is no concern for enlightened and experienced 3D anime RPG gacha game enthusiasts like ourselves. I'm sure our judicious and learned beta testers have provided invaluable feedback to the developers. Shall we peruse a few of them? Dash feels underwhelming. It should be more forgiving and have more iframes.
Dash
it's not
feels
to my liking
underwhelming
because of my action RPG experiences. You don't say! Game needs a proper dodge, and anyone who says otherwise is coping. A quick look around the gacha space makes this abundantly clear. Not being able to dodge cancel makes the overall combat loop feel unsatisfying because you're forced to take hits that could have been avoided. Yeah, dodging definitely needs rework, like larger iframes for casuals and consecutive dodges, and dodges not breaking your basic attack combo, and more dodging.
I agree with that actually. Casual players need to be taken into account, right? So maybe like a little bit of a better, longer iframe wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I don't see how that's a bad thing.
Distance and making dodges more rewarding, and make SP boss 4 instead of 3. It would make combat faster.
Is this
Please
from
make
one
normal
guy?
attacks more powerful, and also make each hit give SP, and also stagger, and also please give SP whenever I dodge. Also, please make dodges use less stamina.
What?
So far, so good, but it feels like some essential features are missing, like iframe rolls and parrying and deflecting. Hey, remember what I said about players wanting more and more action if a dodge exists? Make SP boss 4 instead of 3, and make it recharge faster. Right now, there's no incentive to swap to another character during combat. It cancels the animation and doesn't change the position. I hope they make it more like Wuthering Waves. Oh, here we go, boys, buckle up! Combat's already way better than with the technical test. Being too different will scare new players away. They changed it from the technical test for a reason. But this is my view as someone who's played lots of recent gacha games like Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves, but never the original Arknights. By the way, there is Girls Frontline 2 for a more top-down strategic approach, which is exactly why I'm not playing it. Here are some exploration options in the competitors I've played. Genshin Impact, the game should tell me which weapon to put on my character, like in Zenless Zone Zero. Also, the game should tell me which gear to put on my character, like in Zenless Zone Zero. Overworld exploration feels kind of slow. A good example of how to make it better would be Wuthering Waves. Right now, this feels like a certain game where the combat is you running around. And
I mean, of course, a lot of people that look at Arknights Enfield are going to be players that I've played Genshin and Wuthering with before, right? Let's just not confuse things, right? I mean, this is going to happen, right? Because they play open world games and they want to try Arknights Enfield, expecting or thinking this is going to feel similar. But I feel like there's also, you also got to take into account the Arknights players as well, right? What they feel about it as well, because at the end of the day, probably the other one that is going to be the target audience as well. But yeah, it's going to be quite a massive game, and they have to figure out what are the right feedback and what is the wrong feedback. I think Dawei himself said it, right? There are a lot of people that always give random feedback, but they're not necessarily the fans of the game. That's just how it is.
And combining different skills to get the reaction.
Damn, that's crazy. I wonder why. Jump feels too short and floaty. It would be great to increase the height or allow a double jump. They would have to redo all the geometry. What do you mean? This is especially important because of improvements to exploration.
Jump feels underwhelming. It would be great to increase its height or double jump. No, I don't think it needs double jump. Jump is I don't think you need. Yeah, I don't think you need double jump, right? It's not going to. The whole mechanic of the jump is so that you can move things around in the game, and then you can use certain things as a platform. I think in the future they might introduce certain things that you can even craft to be able to jump on top, to be able to perform almost like a equivalence of a double jump, but not quite, right? But you take advantage of the base building stuff.
Competition has been making... Oh, will you please fuck off? It would be great if they considered adding platforming abilities like a double jump and wall climbing and swimming and the grappling hook. It's one of the fun aspects of open world games. It's not an open world game, for crying out loud! All the big open world gacha games let you carry over the pity. So
if you don't... Okay, I like this one, the conversation about PT. Alright, PT is very important. If you don't have 120 pools to spend, it feels terrible to lose 50-50. This system for characters sucks unless you can carry the PT over to another banner. All of the big open world gacha lets you carry over the PT. This system is not going to bode well for most of the mainstream gacha community. Sorry, but you cannot change my mind on this. Yeah, this system might suck, but if you think about it, it's actually cheaper because you don't have to go through the entire 70 or 80 again. So it's actually a little bit cheaper. But whether or not it's going to bode well with the mainstream gacha community, it depends. But if you want it to copy Genshin or Wuthering Wave and have the same system, that's up to them if they want to do it or not, right? But there's nothing wrong with trying to be a little bit different though. I feel like with how the games is as well, I do agree also like that the game actually is not very dupe heavy, so it doesn't feel that bad.
This system will not bode well for most of the mainstream gacha community. Well, they can bloody well fuck off then! People need to learn how to skip banners. This is stupid advice. Just look at this example from You just wanted to be more like Hoyoverse. And they're the most popular gacha, period.
Yeah.
Not carrying over the guarantee in a
so
game
he wants it to be like
I only built up
Hoyoverse.
PT if there is a character I really want dupes for. The concept of dupes is already questionable. Looking at Genshin
I know very few people that play Arknights, but dozens that play Hoyo and Kuro games. This is a lie. You know people who play one Kuro game. It is Wuthering Wave specifically. Don't fucking lie to me!
It's about what your competition does in business.
Oh my god, you people are insufferable.
I keep pulling after I get the character to build pity, but that's now a mistake in this game.
You have a gambling addiction! Building pity is not a thing! In my ideal
building
gacha system,
pity.
there is no 50-50 system at all. Just a banner with X pulls to get it guaranteed. And
actually, to be fair, Arknights Enfield building PT might actually be a thing, alright? Because there's 6 stars and there's also 5 stars actually. Right, it's a bit different than Genshin. Genshin only has 4 stars and 5 stars. Wuthering Wave only has 4 stars and 5 stars. Arknights Enfield has 4 stars, 5 stars, and 6 stars. So I think the system is going to be more in line of you might not want to care about the 6 star as much. Maybe you want to target the 5 star. And even the 5 star has 50-50 itself. So that's going to be something like, because the first 5 star that we have in Wuthering Wave was Avewina, right? Avewina was the 5 star. 6 star was the, what's the girl with the red hair again? The one that used the sword. And then Yvonne is in the second banner. But that could be taken in the equation as well because you have 3 rarity.
The higher chance to
So
get
it's a bit
X
different.
This is literally the Enfield system, you idiot!
Mark my words, if this system
Yeah,
goes
Leviathan,
live with
that's
no
the name.
changes, the player base from competitors of this game will absolutely not play long term. Bear in mind, by the way, this is just from the Discord server. There will be far more of this in the private feedback
Gambling
surveys.
problems.
I want to highlight one more post, however, in which 2 testers state similar concerns to mine and are met with a rather depressing response.
Okay.
The first tester says, "Currently there are a lot of action elements, but the battles don't feel exciting. I think the battle system in the technical test might be more enjoyable. When it comes to action, other companies' games are more refined, and the current system just feels like an inferior version of them, which is just annoying." The second agrees.
I do agree that the battle system in Arknights Enfield is inferior to Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero and maybe Genshin, right? But at the end of the day, I don't know, man. Like, you either make a similar game, like you can't make a better Wuthering Waves. I don't think you can. Wuthering Waves combat is really good. You either make a similar game with Wuthering Waves that's combat focused, then you have a clone of Wuthering Waves, or you just go with this direction and the combat is there, but you focus on something else like the base building, right? And I thought that was the direction that they're going with, right? It's hard to say again. It's hard to say for sure what is the developer's vision, because I'm not the developer, right? I'm just a player. But for me, when I play it, personally, I don't mind, because if I care about combat, I would play Wuthering Waves, right? Like that's how I think. If I care about more action style, I would go to Zenless Zone Zero. But again, I'm an abnormal guy. I'm not a normal guy. I play 11 gacha games, right? How can I be normal? But most people probably only want to play 1 or 2 gacha. So I get from their frustration, from their perspective, they want this Arknights Enfield to be like a 3-in-1 or a 4-in-1 maybe, right? I'm not sure. So that's just where the criticism is coming from.
There are some opinions that it's plain compared to other games, but Enfield is differentiated from others and is interesting in its own way, so I don't want it to be swayed by those opinions and make it feel too action-oriented. If the dodge window is too lenient, it'll just become a dodging action game. While the third tester, eloquently summing up the vast majority of the feedback, says, I agree with increasing the action element. The reason is simple: it will attract a wider range of players. This, essentially, is the mindset of people who keep asking for the game to be something it's not. They have no concept of carving out a niche in the market, or games having unique identities, or the developers having their own vision. It's all just monthly revenue PvP. It is boring, it is exhausting, and I lament the apparent reality that Hypergriff seems to be listening to them.
Yeah, this is the recent one. No, Hypergriff should definitely take feedback from the players, because these are players who are interested in it. These are the potential customers, right? Definitely taking feedback is going to be how it is. But at the same time, they shouldn't deviate, or they should always have their own vision that they want to point towards. They shouldn't deviate from that, right? Improvements to combat controls, camera representation, dodge experience, and the visual effects on movesets of characters and enemies are already in the works. I think these are all good things.
As it stands, the base is the one and only thing meaningfully differentiating Enfield from other gacha games.
Yep.
Thankfully, the majority of people anticipating the game's release do seem to understand how important the base is for that reason. But while it does have tons of room to grow and become even better, I
didn't know you can connect this from the top-down viewpoint, right? I'm always doing it from the 3D viewpoint. Maybe this is much more easier. You get less mistakes.
It will not. The most optimistic outcome I can believe in is that new regions will have a new gimmick, like Jinlong's fluids and pipes.
Okay.
Build a new base with it over the course of maybe a few days at most. The vast majority of players will be satisfied, and that's where it will end. Gacha games are not conventional games. Fundamentally, the characters are the product, and the game is simply a vessel through which the product is marketed. But reducing all gacha games to this fundamental is boring. They're fun! There's so much potential in the live service model for outstanding single-player games to see years of consistent updates and improvements, to foster thriving communities that conventional games often don't have the lifespan for. Instead, a subset of the communities that already exist are preventing that potential from being realized by consistently pushing new endeavors with unique visions into the same box until they all become homogenized imitations of the same thing. Hypergriff needs to decide if they are content with being that imitation, because a game for everyone is a game for no one.
Yeah, they need to figure out their target audience.
There was a moment while playing through the main story which I think will stick with me for many years. I was thinking about some moments from the alpha, like Fial's desperate attempts to jump onto this ledge because I was standing on it and...
Oh, this was in the first one. I wonder what happened to this guy. You never see him anymore in the in the first alpha he was there. The second beta he wasn't there.
Admiring certain details on the blighted gigaspawns. My boy was caked up. Holy.
Damn.
I happened to be in the Origin Load Spring region at the time, and I noticed why the music for this place in particular felt so eerie. Remember the menu theme I was glazing earlier?
Yeah.
Now compare that
what
motif
game is for
to
everyone?
The music from this
what
part of the
game?
map.
Is it eerie? I don't think it's eerie. Huh.
It invokes a feeling of loss, a feeling of knowing something will never be the same again. And suddenly, I had to stop what I was doing because I was hit with an overwhelming feeling of nostalgia for the alpha.
Alpha? Yeah, this is the alpha,
Are you
right?
having fun, Topo?
It's really satisfying, actually. I'm a big fan of it. There's so much potential in what this combat can be. Do you have any other comments on the overall storyline? Okay. I can write an essay for this. I want the story to have a spine and let writers take risks.
What, this is his alpha commentary or something?
If it's dumbed down and basic. Wait, no. Angelina!
Angie, that's not how you abuse
Yeah, you have a bug like that sometimes when you're on the ledge.
No!
They will just fall down.
I really hope they commit to what they've got here. I think it's sick. Commit to the vision, commit to no dodge and shit. Obviously, like, it needs refining and stuff, but...
You do understand not many people will agree with you.
Yeah, I know. As long as they're actually playing the alpha and understand what the vision is and what it's asking of them, it's totally fine. If they disagree, like, all I can reasonably ask of someone is to think for themselves, right?
The game do have good graphics though. Insane graphics.
I can't fucking wait for this game's full release, man. This is a technical alpha. It's like a really bare bones version of this game, and it's already like, I've just been unable to put it down. Just actually insane.
Wait, you think the alpha is better? The story in alpha is worse, definitely, for sure. If you ask me.
It feels a little weird to talk about it this way because it was literally only a year ago. But I'm making this video in the first place because I need to express how it made me feel. I had so much optimism for what the game could be. But now that optimism is becoming silent lamentation. If Enfield continues on the path it's currently on, every gacha developer with an eye on this game will see the trend. Originality is overrated and the path to success lies in imitation. The men in suits will take notice and unique, interesting ideas with oceans of potential will not even see the light of sunrise.
Yup.
Enfield is a dying canary in a coal mine. That canary may not be dead yet, but I am not at all convinced Hypergriff is interested in saving it. What could have been the harbinger of a golden age could instead doom itself to be the death knell of gacha games.
Death knell of gacha games. Wow.
I have given every possible piece of feedback I can give to the developers. And so I have done all that I can to convince them to remain faithful to the vision they clearly had.
I played through the end as well. I got that as well.
I can only hope the decisions which need to be made will be made by those who are just as enchanted with that vision as I am. And I won't be left wondering what could have been.
End of an era. I see. So that's it? Ooh. There's some good editing right there, right? For sure. He must have took a long time to finish making this video. But it's easy for us to say the games should stick to their core vision or whatever, right? And I get it, but at the same time, you gotta look from their perspective as the developers or, you know, Hypergriff themselves. This is like a big game, massive game. They probably spend millions in this game, so they probably want some return of investment as well. So you can't blame them for trying to be a little bit more safe and trying to, you know, you don't want a game to be out like that and just be flop, right? That's just how it is. But it's a very good video for sure.
The apparent reality.
Let me link it to you guys, right? I didn't know of this guy's channel. So this is a very, very good stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to them, alright? They want to take risk or not, that's just how it is. But we'll see, we'll be able to see if the game is going to be the same or not. I'll definitely still look out for Arknights Enfield. The guy's name is called, the channel is called Toboruo. Alright, subscribe to this. I don't think I'm in my right one. This guy is just the grass used to be greener person, Doom poster, and dude lover. It does feel that way, right? It does feel like he is like there's a few things that I disagree with him about, right? For example, the main thing that I can disagree with him about is probably like he wants it to be, he wants the lore of Arknights to carry over to this game. I feel like that might not be a good thing, right? Because not everybody that plays Arknights Enfield might play Arknights, right? So if that's the case, like you still gotta like, there's a give and take scenario in that case. You want to be able to gather a new audience in that sense. That's just how it is. Yo, Gromit! Haha, what did I say about exposing people? What did I say about exposing people, huh? You're still doing it now, even in this new account. So that's just what it is. The base can be a companion game. I don't know, right? Like, the base building is what makes it unique. The base building is what makes Arknights Enfield. You know? Okay, chill out, microwave, chill out. Yo, Aki, thanks for congrats on becoming a member. And Fei Li as well. Okay? So if you're upset that you're being exposed, just blame that guy, alright? Because I know some people just want to chill in the chat and don't want to talk, but now you have been exposed randomly. So now people know of your existence, publicly being put on the chat. So that's just what it is, right? That's just how it is. Sometimes while you're in the low making chocolate, you can whip up the base and do some building. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a dude lover. I love waifu spicy. The dude MC represents you, but when you select female MC, you get the lesbian cutscenes. I think it's less so with the lesbian cutscenes. I think it depends on how you play the game, right? Because you're looking at it from the perspective of yourself inserting, and that's fine if you want to play the game that way. But I think most people just want to look at the character that is nicer. Does it make sense? I think some people, they play the games not to self-insert, but they play the games to look at good characters. Like, I think one good example that I can give you is Stellar Blade. When I play Stellar Blade, I don't be like, oh, I'm that girl. I'm not Eve. I just want to look at her. Wow, this is pretty. I want to look at the asset. I want to admire the asset. Does it make sense? Like, so when I look at Wuthering Wave's female rover, I think she's pretty. I think female rover is really, really good character, right? I look at her and I admire her, right? I don't want to be looking at dudes and be like, dude, wow, admire this dude. This dude looks like me. No, it never looks like me, right? I'm clearly a black guy, which is, you know, and I'm fat. So how can it look like me? Like, unless I play Concord. If I play Concord, then that will be different, right? People admire the art. That's what it is. Hypergrief is goated. So people will bow down to the gods of gachas. They are always fair on their monetization. Then why are people complaining about? Why are people complaining about the biggest thing of all? The 50! Why are people complaining about that, right? If that's the case, why are they complaining about the 50-50? Isn't that agenda pushing? Agenda pushing is, it might be, but some people just love agenda pushing, right? You cannot blame them for that. You cannot blame people for trying to agenda push, because that's their favorite thing to do. Now, whether you like it or not, agenda pushing is something to... There's a new channel called GuitarRock Black. There's a new channel called GuitarRock Black indeed, alright? So let me boot up. We're gonna do some account review. But I don't really understand this thing, right? This thing I don't really understand, because I look at this and I'm very, very confused. Okay, let me show you guys this one first. This one is like whatever, right? So this one you don't have to understand. You don't really have to put much understanding into it, right? Because you just look at this and be like, okay, cool. But the one that's confusing me, you prefer 50-50? Yeah, some people prefer 50-50, which I get. I understand that some people may prefer 50-50, but I think like some people don't like it, right? Some people, like, they lose 50-50, they get very upset, they get very emotional. So this one I understand, right? The 4 horsemen of gacha games: Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Infinity NIKKE, and Genshin Impact. Everybody here understand. Obviously, everybody here understands what's happening, right? The 4 biggest gacha game right now is going to be this particular one. But this one I don't understand though. I don't understand this one. So right now, So this 10-year-old boy died after the 340-pound foster mother sat on him for being naughty. So the mother sat on the boy and the boy just died. And just like that, you're a little boy, the mother sit on you because the mother is fat, right? 340 pounds, how many kilograms is that? I have no idea. And you just die. You just die. You're just a little boy and you just die. So yeah, I think sometimes life is insane, right? Sometimes you just die being sit on by your fat mother. How many of you guys here can imagine that experience? Like you just die when somebody sit on you. And this is not just random people, right? This is like your fat mother. What does foster mother means, right? The foster mom is bigger than Big Show. 340 pounds is insane, right? Fat people forget that they are weapons of mass destruction. I guess they are, right? That's just how it is. The capital punishment sent on to death. The other inmates should be told what she did. Let nature run its course. Child explode cause of the wig. So they just died? Yo, Microwave, thanks for becoming a member. Alright, thanks for becoming a member. Oh, I think you are wrong though, right? I think you are wrong because if you think, now this is the statement that you are saying, right? So you're saying that this has nothing to do with gacha. It absolutely does, right? Because if somebody sits on you, it's a gacha. It's like a percentage of how much you survive. Now, if this woman is a 340 pound and you are a 10-year-old boy, your chance of surviving is maybe like 20-80. 20% chance of surviving, 80% chance of not surviving. It is gacha. You may not like it, you may not think it is, but it actually is. Gacha is all about percentage, it's all about randomness. Now, if somebody who is lighter, let's say a 200-pound mother, it could be a 50-50. It could be a 50% chance of you surviving or 50% chance of you dying. So whether you like it or not, life is all about gacha. Now, I get it that you might not see the relatability right there, but that's why you're watching me, right? So I'm here to educate you of these important things. 50-50 loss? Yeah, like sometimes if somebody is too heavy, that's just how it is. The kid might have been playing gacha and now he's dead. I mean, the kid is clearly misbehaving, but sometimes you just because somebody is misbehaving, you shouldn't sit on them, right? Yeah, sitting on someone is just not something that you do. She should go away. The pull rate is 1%. If she's a lolly, your chances are much higher because she will only weigh like 90 pounds. That's true. Yeah, if it was a slim woman that sat on you, that's fine. You can still survive. When parents make a baby, it's gacha as well. It's 1.5% chance. Damn, 1.5% gacha. That's kind of insane. That's kind of insane actually. Wait, why doesn't it work anymore? Okay, now it's back to working. Okay, we're gonna follow in terms of the account review. We'll continue off where we left off yesterday. I think I did Jaeger. I did this one. I did this one. The one that I haven't do is Rush B. Is it? Rush B. Whatever this creature is, and Synth Illy, and then back to Kikes again. 340 pounds is insane. 340 pounds is insane, is it? You heard a lolly's voice? Yeah, definitely you heard right. You definitely did hear right. Alright, that's just how it is. Reviewing Blue. We gotta review Blue. I'll do a GFL2 review later on. I mean, not later on, right? But later on this week. Actually, I haven't do the hero roll on my own for the yellow one. Lol muted. Of course we mute the lollies, right? Because they are so noisy. Why would we not do that? By the way, there's double going on right now, guys. Make sure you guys take advantage of it, right? I need to finish up this one. Should I buy this? I already got that. Okay, more on the 9. Wait, who is that guy right here? Is Rush B here? If Rush B is here, let me know. If not, I saw Sim Ili is there. Wait till we get immersion mode. Yo, Rush B, are you there? Or you can type there, or you can type in the DM too, right? Cause it'll be not. I don't know if you're there or not, right? He is. Is he the same name? He's the guy with the cat, right? It's the account with the cat. What students would you recommend if you don't have the ones recommended by Perorozilla for account reviews? What students would I recommend if you don't have the ones recommended by Perorozilla for account reviews? For which one? You're talking about the current Perorozilla, right? Which one are you talking about? Because there's 3. Grand Assault, we have 3, right? We have the Sonic type. We got the yellow type, which is piercing. And we also got the Mystic type, right? Do I plan to do Brown Dust 2 account review? I don't plan to do Brown Dust 2 account review. I already did Brown Dust 2 account review. I already did, right? So I will do it again next week. You are Rush V? Okay. Make sure it preferably is next on account, alright? For those of you who... Yeah, I will do Brown Dust. The next time I will do Brown Dust 2, I'll talk about it, right? So the thing about Brown Dust 2 account review is a little bit hard to do, because if I want to log into your account, I'll have to use Google account, right? And Google account is going to be a bit cumbersome because it's like 2-layer, right? It's like a 2-factor authentication. So Brown Dust 2, we have to do it a little bit differently. You have to rely on doing screenshots. I think that's going to be the best one, right? That's the best one moving forward. I've an entire week playing with selector characters plus Koharu swimsuit, 24,000 pyroxenes, and 1 10x ticket. Should I keep saving or use my ticket for more units? You should get Kisaki next week, right? It's like Apple account. Yeah, it's like Apple account, right? It's like Apple account is a bit cumbersome. Okay, let me log out. Let's look at... Maybe you missed it. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, right? But you can tune into the next Brown Dust 2 account review that we will do, right? But it's okay though, don't worry about it, Kyoto. You're just asking a question. The next Brown Dust 2 account review. So what I'm going to do, right, is tomorrow we'll do a Zenless Zone 0 account review, right? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Wednesday we do a Zenless Zone 0 account review. Then on Thursday, we're going to do a Girls Frontline 2 account review. And then on Friday, I'll be doing a NIKKE account review. On Saturday, I'll be doing a Genshin Impact Honkai Star Rail account review, right? For 2 Hoyo games, because we get 2 Hoyo games out of the way. And then Sunday, usually I'll be doing a Aether Gazer and Punishing Grey Raven account review. Then Monday, we jump into Ash Echoes account review. And then Tuesday will be Kisaki Pools, and then we do again Blue Archive account review. So that's going to be the plan, right? So if we have planned to do other account review like Brown Dust 2, then we'll slot it in whatsoever. But we'll try the best. We'll try the very best. Okay, so let me see. This is, I'm trying to log in right here. It has, okay, it kicked me out. Oh shoot, now is the reset time, it just kicked me out. I need a NIKKE account review, please. But do you really need a NIKKE account review? You get what I'm saying? All 11 gachas account review? No. The only game that I'm not doing account review is going to be for what is it? It's for Snowbreak. I'm not doing account review for that, and Reverse Angelic 9, right? Because I don't want to try to be pretend to be expert in every game. Stack week. That's just what it is. That's how it is, right? Am I skipping S and B? Before you ask me if I'm skipping S and B, right? I want you to learn to read the room and try to see a combination of a couple of things. The two very important distinct features, number one is the face of mine, right? The scammer face. Number two is the skin color, very important. So look at these two important distinct features that I have, my face and my skin color, and try to decipher from that if I'll be skipping the furry character or not. Like, ask yourself, right? Look at this face and look at the skin color combined, because it's very important, by the way, right? You want to understand the race as well. Race is very important. So look from that particular aspect and ask yourself, do you think I'm going to skip a furry character? Very simple, straightforward question, right? Because I could just lie to you. I could just lie to you and you probably wouldn't know the answer. But I think it's better to try to look at these two factors and try to decipher from that. Scammer, lol. Yeah, it's just a face, right? It's the scammer face. That's just how it is. WTF? It's not WTF, right? Sometimes you gotta... Remember I taught you guys about the boycott Hoyoverse thing? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember what happened? Everybody said, I am going to hashtag boycott Hoyoverse. But literally still secretly playing Hoyoverse, secretly logging into Genshin, doing dailies. So you shouldn't try to ask people what they are doing, because they are just liars. They are liars, panties on fire. Don't try to ask people. Try to look and try and guess. That's going to be the better way to look at things. You thought only Indian scam? That's how it is, eh? Okay, let me see if I can figure out. Okay, Rush B. I'm trying to figure out now. Whew. Why can't it work? It can't work. Okay, copy and paste work. Wait, what? Copy, paste. Okay, so you have to put in this number. In America, people are doing boycott on buying for just 24 hours. What? Are you telling me to have prejudice for certain races? Yeah, you have to. Okay, get ready. After Rush B is going to be Simp Illy. Okay. Let me pull out my color chart to gauge your skin color closely. Yeah, you should do that. But even then, you probably can't tell. I think it's going to be quite hard for you to tell, because I'm extra lit thanks to these lights right here. There's these lights right here. Can you guys see? Look, if I off it, wait, actually there's no difference. What the heck? The furry haters are inevitable. Favorite scammer streamer face? Boom. Aru. Okay. I'm in. Alright. Let's see. This the account, alright? Uh-oh. So you only got 13,000. Do you have enough for next week? I look the same. Maybe it's this light. I have like 3 lights right now. I got this light right here. Oh, that one you can see a difference, right? Am I darker now? Look at this. Dark. Bright. I think you can see that. That one you can definitely see. The other lights is hard to reach. It's like right there pointing at the wall, so that one's like a bit more complex. Am I going to pull skip Vivian? I guess so. I guess I'll skip a trigger and get Vivian, yeah. Okay, so we got... What is she pushing away? She's pushing the cat from sniffing her. Sniff, sniff. Okay, who pinged me? Okay, Yuka again. Not much more talk. Yeah. So Rush B, I think you're in a bit of a dilemma here, right? Because you notice right now you only got 13,000. Do you have enough for Kisaki? I hope you have enough. But you need Kisaki, man. Kisaki is going to come out soon. And you only got one of this ticket. Ooh, that's going to be a little bit of a dilemma, right? So I hope you can get Kisaki early. I will use my wallet, don't worry. Use your wallet, eh? What gacha game have I played the longest? Which gacha game did I play the longest? Let me see. It's either Blue Archive or Counter-Side. Or GAN? Or is it GAN? I don't know actually. Maybe it's either one of those, right? Wallet power. Okay, so regardless, let's see. You only have 20k, future funds are cool. Characters, who do you have right now? Okay. Could use the selective ticket for Kisaki after a banner goes down? No, you have to buy the future one. The current one will only include the current characters, it will not be added. That's how it is, right? So that's how it is. Okay, first things first, we got Swimsuit Hina. Level 2, level 2, level 1. Uh-oh. Wait, you E50 your swimsuit, your Swimsuit Hina? Wow. Relationship 42? Swimsuit Hina lover, relationship 42, that's a lot. Wakamo, relationship 25. Okay, max everything UE50. Very good. Mika, relationship 24, UE50. Okay, Haruna, UE50. UE40 for Yori. So your account is pretty good, right? But you want to get your Yuka up, especially if you're using Yuka in PvP, right? Definitely consider that, right? So that's just how it is. I'm pretty new to Blue Archive, but you got me into it. It's been fun. Wow. You remind me of Kevin Kirk. I think Kevin Kirk found my channel because of Blue Archive as well. And he's been watching the stream, but I haven't seen him today. Maybe he's busy playing RC car. RC car. But that's how it is, right? Okay, Azusa right there, Koharu. Okay, very good. Very good right here. T5, okay, could be improved a little bit. New Year Musuki, alright, that's pretty good as well. Then we got a few other ones right here, right? We got Momoi, Swimsuit Hoshino, Dress Hina right here, Atsuko, Shiroko Terror, Arm Hoshino. Your account is as good as it gets. You have all of these UE50. I don't think you need much help, you just gotta improve on them, right? You just gotta improve on them as it is. So that's just how it is. You even got Ben Kazusa, but do you have Ben Yoshimi? No? Okay, you did not have Ben Yoshimi. Or at least I don't see it, right? Is she here? Okay, you got Misaka, Mikoto, and Shokuho Misaki as well. You don't have Big Shun. Oh, Kikiao. So one characters that you want to look out for, and maybe like something that you can obtain and consider spooking, would be Kikiao. Kikiao is very useful, right? Ui, oh, you don't have Ui as well. No dress Aru, that's fine, alright. No New Year Kayoko. Camping hair, alright, can consider those. And should, of course, right, for PvP. But yeah, those are going to be the big one. How about your special students? So you got Akko and Himari, okay. So I don't see the problem there. Are they built? Are they invested? Okay, this is as good as it gets. For Akko, do you need to get her up? No need to go for that, that's just a healing. How about Himari? Okay, so Himari is not 5-star, but don't worry, right? Once Kisaki comes, that's going to be your biggest one, the biggest concern. You focus on her. How about Iroha? Okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good, although you didn't have UE50 Iroha, but that could be a consideration as well. Nagisa, okay, it's going to be there as well. Let's see. In that case, Hibiki is right here. You should consider building Kotama for the Fury of Set. I don't know if you are tackling Fury of Set yet, but definitely you should consider her, right? So as you can see, you got Shinsu Shiroko as well. And definitely an option for all of this. Yeah, you didn't have Guide Tsubaki, so definitely consider building Kotama, right? Definitely consider building that. How do you do in the current Grand Assault? Have you done it or not? The Grand Assault is there, so obviously you would have done it, right? Why would you not have done it yet? So currently you're ranked 3000. Okay, you clear Extreme. Wait, why are you not doing Insane? Wait, what do you mean Extreme? Just do Insane, man. Extreme? What do you mean extra? You have Shinsu Hanako, you have all the... Okay, this one is a bit hard. Maybe this one you want to do Extreme. But to be fair, you have all the necessary characters to try out Insane. You should definitely consider that, right? That account and doing Extreme? Yeah, your account can definitely go for Insane. Why are you scared? I feel like you shouldn't be scared. You have all of the characters, right? So I don't see why you wouldn't try it out. But hopefully at least, maybe Grand Assault doesn't matter as much, right? So definitely, but at least maybe you want to look into the maybe regular Assault. Consider doing your final restriction as well, right? Definitely that one. It's gonna be something to... Oh shit, you haven't... Okay, never mind. It's just going to be that. You're lazy to do it? Lazy? Uh-oh. Oh, you haven't done this as well. You should definitely consider doing this. No wonder you didn't build Kotama, eh? That's going to be the very important one. Okay, how about the most important one? Your tactical challenge. Rank 200. Yuka, Tsubaki, Yori, Swimsuit Hanako. Very good. Very good. Nagisa and Swimsuit Shiroko. Yeah, this is pretty much all the staple meta students that you have alongside your cafe. Right? I hope you can get Kisaki though, because that's going to be how it is, right? Are you up for account review? Your Kikes is here, but where is Masaru? Why is it so empty? Uh-oh, 4690. Are you just going for the meme or what? You know you can put more stuff, right? To get it up to 5000, so that you get more... I don't know if you're aware or not, but you can actually put one more furniture. You should consider that actually. Because you're not getting the maximum stuff and you definitely have a lot of furniture, right? No Shun? Yeah, this account didn't have Shun. No Shun yet. How about the other furniture? I mean the other cafe. Ooh-oh! So you got this, you got her sleeping. This furniture is, this part is at least full, right? Oh no, you can also put one more, right? 4500 I think. 4690. Masaru is in the basement now. Yuri? Masaru is in the basement now, eh? Wow. Okay, this one is 4000. Wait, you didn't go to the last one? Uh-oh. Oh, you've been missing out. Why haven't you do this? You haven't done 26-5? Why? Why haven't you done 26-5? What you doing, man? Man. You mean you can't beat the campaign? Okay, you gotta settle this, right? You gotta settle this. The basement allegations ain't escaping. Your cafe will be exposed. Cafe is important, alright? Alright, make sure you get this. Get this so that you can upgrade the second cafe, cafe number 2. That's going to be the important one. This one is like whatever. But also get all of these up. Right now you can farm the hard stages. Okay? And it's going to go on for 5 more days. What are you even doing, right? Not taking care of any of those. So make sure, definitely that's going to be the priority. Definitely going to be the priority for sure. Other than that, yeah, do the final restriction. I don't know why you don't want to do it. You seem to have all the characters. Wait. You put all your stamina in the event? Yeah, I understand that, but you're also like... Are you though? Let me see then. Okay, okay, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, alright, why do you buy this but not this? Okay. That's fair. That's fair if that's how it is. Then you should probably focus on that thing first. Hasn't won the final mission but it's level 90. Yup, it's level 90. So you should consider, you have to do that eventually, right? I know you want to put the stamina into event, but it's like, is there any point in time when there's no event? Also, like, it's going to give you more gold, right? Not taking the gifts. What gifts? There's no gifts needed. Okay, how about your favorite or your club? Okay, looks like a Vietnamese club. Okay, as long as they are active, right? That's all that matters. So are they active? So looks to be active. So okay, everybody seems to be active. So you can easily get some to borrow. There are a few inactives here, but not too bad, right? Friends as well. Try to take advantage of that. Oh, you didn't want to add him as friend. You should add him as friend, alright? Don't be enemies with people. 290, 531 days. Joe is gone, man. Joe is gone. You can delete Joe. 530 days, he's not coming back. He's not coming back. That's what it is. You want the account review? You need to comment on the thread on Discord. The thread section on Discord, right? That's important. So yeah, for now, the one that you want to focus on, right? Let me look at your. Do you have a free offset character? You focus on Kotama. Okay, I saw your Kotama right there. Hanako. Yeah, so Kotama, Hanako. You already got Swimsuit Shiroko, so there's no need to mention for that particular one. You have Nagisa as well. So you can consider doing this, right? Nagisa and of course Swimsuit Shiroko. So do you have the strikers needed? Do you have Dress Hina? Oh, you got Dress Hina. Okay, that's even it's pretty strong as well, right? She's built as well. Joe is your enemy now. Joe is your enemy, eh? I saw you got Ben Kazusa, but you don't have Ben Yoshimi, right? Or am I blind? So Ben Kazusa is here. Ben Irie is here. Yeah, you don't have Ben Yoshimi. So you can borrow somebody's one, but you can use this one. Ben Kazusa. Just to yeah, Kokona as well, right? That strat can work for you. Where's the coconut? You got Koharu. Oh, you didn't have coconut? Momiji is here. Oh, okay, you actually don't have her. But I think she's not that crucial. You can actually use any other healer, right? This doesn't qualify for flex. Yeah, those are the characters that you can consider powering up. I think Kotama and Hanako is going to be let me just send you in your DM, right? Send you in your DM. Who is screaming? Consider building for yep, those are the ones going to be pretty much it. Pretty much it. I don't think you need to build her as well. Yeah, is there any characters that you are supposed to build but you didn't build? I think there's no. Oh, Nonomi, you should consider her. Oh, no wonder you didn't do the insane, because you don't have Nonomi build. If you don't have Nonomi build, it's going to be quite hard as well. But I don't think you want to build any characters right now because you don't have, you know, Kisaki is going to come next week. So definitely reserve for her. Other than that, those are the things you have to focus on. Push your cafe, man. Very important. Push the freaking cafe. Alright. That's it for this account, alright? You buy Koharu a left in total assault later. Koharu is okay, right? I don't know if she... I think she gets less used in JP nowadays due to Idol Mary, right? Idol Mary is just superior. But yeah, that's something that I wouldn't push her too far for now. Okay, who is next? Next is going to be this guy called Y. Okay, ping me Y. If your name is Y, ping me. If your name is not Y, don't ping me. But let Y ping me first, alright? This guy. If not, I'll go to Simp Ili, right? Who's Y? I don't know. I can only see the alphabet. Okay, let's go Y. Let's go. Okay, for the others, if anyone's interested, do let me know as well. If not, I'll do Sim Ili then. Maybe he's in the toilet. He's in the toilet. Wow. Why type in the chat? Why whoever? Okay, is that it? Alright. Alright, that's it then. Okay, Potato, you're next. GuitarRock's not going to do mine cause he knows it's a review session, not otherwise. The reason why I don't do yours is because you are busy and I am busy. And we all know life is about being busy, alright? And that's what it is. And also, I don't think you want me to log into your account as well, right? Cause I think you are looking at unfavorable stuff and you prefer it for Masaru. But this is a nice profile picture, is all I can say. Okay, this is going next. How to head a review. How to head a review. Kite's got nothing to improve on. Yeah, Kite is too powerful. He's the top rankings. He's the top 10 in C server. Beating the other people. Okay, you change your info, is it? Okay. Let's see. You made it yourself? Okay, why didn't you make one for me though? You get what I'm saying? Can you make one for me for the Koharu? Why is my game say resetting the data 34%? Okay, the game is stuck. The game is jammed. They are a proud Gunner instead. Okay, I think I'll just do Sim Illy. One more. And then that's it, right? I've been streaming for quite long as well. I didn't know I've been streaming for that long. Oh my god. That is insane. Fubuki? Let me see. Get this one first. Your English is really bad. Yeah, don't worry about it, right? If your English is bad. Orange lighting. Are you queuing up for Blue Archive? I just saw your DM, right? Because I didn't saw you there. Will you change? Okay, let me see. I'm doing account reviews, not showcase. Yeah, we'll do account showcase in 2025. 2 hours light work. It's not 2 hours light work, it's about this is my first stream and we're gonna have 3 streams today, right? You get what I'm saying? Can I log in? Oh wait, it says it's incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Oh, there's a space at the end. Ah, you shouldn't. Next time, don't give me the space because it copy and paste the space. There are only new players in chat. Showcase has its own window eventually, maybe. Yeah, but how often can you showcase a? How often can you showcase an account, right? You can only do it once. 3 streams today? Yeah. I'm gonna miss you, Janitor, because you're not gonna show up in the other 2. But don't worry about it, right? Just enjoy the stream that you are in. Because the next stream we're gonna have a new players. Yo, Fubuki, what's up, man? Maybe Kevin Kirk will show up there, right? The next 2 streams we're gonna have a bunch of tourists, a bunch of new players, a bunch of Hoyo Shields. And that's what I love, Hoyo Shields. Hoyo Shield lovers, rise up. Okay, so am I in or not? Why is it lagging? Masalu is very wholesome. I sent that showing you play BD2. Your Blue Archive account is brick. Uh-oh. Why is your Blue Archive account brick? Okay, let's go. I'm not allowed in the new player streams. I mean, you can be there, but I doubt you're going to be there, right? Because a lot of people, they can only watch one stream, right? Unless you want to purposely go and like sacrifice your sleep to watch the stream, but why would you do that? Nobody's gonna do that, come on. Sleep is important, alright? Sleeping is very, very important. Hoyo Shields, raise your hands. Okay, let's focus on the relevant stuff. Oh, I see you empty out the Momo Talk. You empty out the Momo Talk. That's insane. Usually people don't empty out their Momo Talk. But you specifically empty out the Momo Talk. And you have every single character in the game. Wow. Wholesome. Okay, let me see then. Let me look at this. Okay, so this person, this user did type an essay, So I'm gonna try to read the essay, right? Because I want to respect the essay. Essay has been written for a reason. And sometimes you just gotta give them some space to try to read the essay. I started playing 6 to 7 months ago. I need some advice on the current state of my account and how to go into tackling Torment and other endgame stuff. Okay, so 6 to 7 months, doing Torment can be a little bit difficult, right? So there's just that. Which students should I prioritize building right now? Is it alright if you can suggest which of my students I should use for Perozilla Grand Assault, mostly for yellow, maybe purple Torment if it's possible for me to tackle with my current students? I need to look at it, right? Are there any improvements I can make? For my PvP team, which students to prioritize pulling if I have extra pyroxenes, including Tracksuit Yuka, Kisaki, Ryo, and Seiya? Definitely just those, right? Idle students if you want to. What's the best option to choose from selector ticket for my account? Which students to prioritize building right now? Okay, let's see then. Definitely Kisaki right now since she's coming next week. Obviously there's that. So you got Dress Hina, Hoshino Arm, Hoshino Swimsuit. You got Yuka and Tsubaki. Hopefully you have them built. UE50? Wow. Let's go. That's what I love to look at, right? Swimsuit Hanako as well. What do you mean? What do you mean purple Torment if it's possible for me to tackle with my current students? Of course, if you have her. If you have her, I don't see why it's that difficult, right? Now if you care about that, definitely, yeah. You can also borrow as well, right? 7 hours. Rushing for consistent Torment is asking to break resources for less than a year-old player. Really? What if it's a pay-to-win whale? But you do have Dress Aru, which is very very good. And she's UE 30. Wowee. Shiroko Terror. UE 40. Why is the weapon all T7? You didn't farm gears? I guess if you didn't farm gears, that's how it is, eh? Uh-oh. So hopefully you can get for a little bit, right? So you have a lot of the stack, you have a lot of the strong character stack right here, right? For a 6 to 7 months account, this is pretty good. You got New Year Kayoko, you got Mika. This is better than, I would say, like 80 to 90% of the accounts that I look at. You even build Momoi, which is a smart thing to do, right? Uh-oh, level 1. Alright, gotta get that up. Gotta get that up even more. Nonomi is built as well. Except for it's not 5-star, but you can consider pushing her a little bit more. Okay. I don't see the account review thread in your Discord. Is it the Blue Archive section? So the account review is going to be right here, right? So right now my section is here, right? So you go to the welcome, rules, channel suggestion, whatever. I need to scroll down. Honkai Star for the Hoyo Shields. Hoyo Shields, you come here and you comment, right? But don't go to the special section, right? And then there's NIKKE, but not for kids, but don't click on that. Go to Blue Archive, Hot Topics, and then there's a Yuka eating the bread, but you click on this one, account review. Wholesome, right? Wholesome. See, Masaru is spamming here, Kikes is spamming here. They are both spamming here non-stop. Petition to ban Kikes, that was yesterday. And then Fubuki is clearly here as well. So everybody can find it. So I'm sure everybody, so don't scroll down, right? Just here. So if you want to do Wuthering Wave, next week we're going to do Brown Dust 2, so we're going to comment on there. And then we're going to do GFL2 eventually. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. Then Blue Protocol is still there. It is still alive. It's dead. Okay. You haven't bought monthly in like 3 months. Surely this is a pay-to-win account? Pay-to-win account. I don't think this is a pay-to-win account. But maybe it has spent money before. Okay, let's have a look at characters you should consider building then, right? Aru, I think it would be nice to build Aru for Kaiten in the future. I think Kaiten is coming somewhere sometime soon, right? I think isn't it the next one after Perozilla is Kaiten, right? So consider building Kaiten. Building Aru for Kaiten, right? Definitely going to be a good option. Musuki is going to be a good one as well. Depending on who you prefer, Aru and Musuki can be used in Kaiten. Very, very good right there. That two are definitely going to be the more staple ones, right? As for these rest, definitely build Kikiao. Oh, no wonder you don't have Kikiao build. So if you don't have Kikiao build, I can see you might struggle a little bit in some of the situation for trying to do the current Perozilla, right? I can see that's how it is. You agree with banning kikes? Damn, why does everybody wants to ban kikes? Who else? Dress Akko you should consider building as well for the Fury of Set. Definitely very important. Kayoko, definitely you should push her a little bit more, because eventually if you ever need a raid wet CC like a swimsuit, I mean not swimsuit, hovercraft Wakamo or that HOD, then that's where she's gonna shine right there, right? Let's see, anyone else here in particular? Or you can go with Camping Kotama, whichever that you prefer. If you build Camping Kotama, then don't need to build Kayoko. If you build Kayoko, don't need to build Camping Kotama, right? They both fill the same role of CC, but you probably have her higher stars. Yeah, can consider whichever that you prefer. And the rest of this doesn't seem to you don't really need any of this. Let's see. Yeah, the rest is fine, right? You don't really need them as much. If you want to see that you need to join account review thread, if you want to see that you need to join the account review thread, it will not show by default. How does it work? It doesn't show to people? Huh. Yo, why is back? Uh-oh. Why you miss your turn, man? You miss your turn for account review. But anyways, it's okay, right? Sometimes life do be happening. Swimsuit Koharu, ban Irie. Okay, this one is fine for you to not build. Okay, this one is fine. How about special students? That's going to be your main focus, right? New Year Fuuka, Swimsuit Shiroko. Okay, that's going to be the important one. Nagisa. T5, okay, that's whatever, right? It's not that big of a deal. But the rest of it, Iroha, how well is she built? Okay, you can consider pushing this a little bit more. The sub skill is very important. And then we have a few of these other ones. So those are the important ones alongside with Kotama that you did build, which is very good. This one you can get it up a little bit more if you really want. Hey Kitsune, thanks for becoming member. Thank you. Wow. Kirino swimsuit, Yuzu mate, Asuko swimsuit, Miyu swimsuit. Now the rest you might not need to build them as much, which is fair. I think that's going to be the important one for you to consider building, right? Now, who do you miss out on that you didn't have? Akko. Akko would be nice for you. If you want to use your selector, probably Akko or Camping Hair, which I saw you don't have, right? Himari is okay, right? Because you don't have to, once Kisaki comes, you're probably going to not need to worry about her. But at least you got New Year Fuuka, that's that, right? Let me look at, do you have Camping Hair? I think you don't have, right? Yeah, her as well. Either one of these two is going to be a better selector choice, right? So that's just how it is. And as for right now, how are you doing in your... Let me look at your Grand Assault right now. Have you done? You haven't done yet. Okay. So if you haven't done yet, you know what? You can try it out and see if you can or not. So currently you're 49 for final restriction. Yeah, you can push a little bit more. So how's your PvP? Top 100, very good. Yeah, this is very good. Yeah, this is a very good team, right? That's how you want it to be. That's how it is. Fubaka it is. Uh-oh, you haven't done floor 12. Uh-oh. Okay, so you gotta farm those things. Definitely. So you've been slacking a little bit on the event, which you should consider doing a little bit later on, right? That's something that you don't want to miss out on. You say he should have a special healer, or should he go for Idol Mary? I don't remember saying any of those. What? Did I say any of those things? No, if you want to go for Idol Mary, that's fine, but he should get Kisaki. Kisaki is going to be the more important one. That's just how it is, right? Get Kisaki. Peroro Grand Assault, that's going to be the important one. I would say Tracksuit Yuka is more important. Get tracksuit Yuka as well. That's the hyper important one. Not getting those event pyros and Enigma. Uh-oh. Not getting any of those. Oh, you got full. You got full right here. You gotta get that ready. You gotta get that up. Nice cafe though. Very nice. You got Iwa right there. Oh, you didn't have Kasumi. But you gotta work on the stamina. I don't think I have this playground looking thing. Maybe I have. Maybe I have somewhere, right? Double gears, lots of my students were below T3 last week. I see. That's fair, right? You're using it for the other purpose. The other purposes. So this one is also max as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. At least you are progressing in the... This is max. Wait, I didn't know you can do that. Is that a section that you can put a table separately? I never knew that there's such a thing. But yeah, definitely take advantage of the stamina. Definitely use those. I have a video coming out soon because I think a lot of people are asking me. Right now will be a good time as well. Farmable characters for the 3 stars. I'll definitely update that as soon as I can, right? Definitely need to work on that. Other than that, yeah, focus on those characters like I mentioned. Students that you should build now, I think it's also similar, right? If you care about Fury of Sad, you have these. Let me type to you. So that one is the one. Focus Kisaki. Is there anyone that... I think you should consider building Nonomi actually. I feel Nonomi is quite useful for a character. Like in situation like Perozilla, Grand Assault, in Cheese, in quite a lot of raids, I think she's quite useful AoE scenarios. So I think try not to sleep on her. No breaking through the cafe walls. Yeah, that one is quite different, right? I've never seen that before. You got Natsu, so that's good enough. And she's quite max as well. So you didn't upgrade her. At least you got Shun. Ooh, Shun is 5-star. Let me double check. Oh yeah, I forgot. Aru or Mutsuki. You pick one. That one is also one. Aru or Mutsuki. Pick one so you can tackle a Titan easier. Now, ideally you can use Dress Hina as well, but depending if you can find one or not, right? Sleep on her. Yeah, don't sleep on Nonomi, man. I'm just saying that we'll have a good healer like Idol Mary. It's better to invest in buffer students like Kisaki instead of special healers. I'm just saying that since we'll have a good healer like Mary Idol, it's better to invest in buffer students like Kisaki instead of special healers. Yeah, you shouldn't invest in special healers. But Idol Mary is still more single target. Focus. She doesn't really replace Koharu. If you need AoE healer, Koharu is probably still going to be the case, right? Depending on what you're trying to tackle and the terrain and stuff. For example, just because Idol Mary exists, it doesn't remove like Kokona from being used in Hieronymus, right? She's still being used in a lot of the meta situations. You have Dress Hina. Dress Hina is going to be useful, right? But I think having one of Aru or Mutsuki is going to be very beneficial, especially in the future, right? I would say that's like the future kind of thing, right? If you intend to tackle Lunatic in the future, right? New players can't farm permit that well yet. Should you use expert permit to buy gears? You should use expert permits to buy gears if you have a lot of spare. It really depends on what you're trying to achieve, but I would say like the lower ones you can, right? But it depends on what's your priority. If you already got all the max meta characters up to E50, then sure. But it depends on where you're from and which characters you're focusing on building as well. Because characters you can only get like, you can only buy two of their 2 times 5, which is 10 of their shards, right? Lunatic. Koharu is still AoE healer. Yeah, she is, right? Kikyo as well. And Dress Akko. Dress Akko definitely worth building for Fury of Set. Kikyo, you should definitely consider building her for Kurokage. Kurokage will come in the future. Definitely you'll use her a lot. Because I saw you have a very stacked Shinsu Hanako, but you don't have a Kikyo to complement her. You can still borrow her, right? But I think it's going to be harder to find a Kikyo to borrow. How? She's a 3-star. Yeah, try to build her, right? That's going to be a consideration. Alright, Simili, take note. That's pretty much what it is. Characters to consider getting. I saw you don't have Camping Hair and Akko, right? Those are going to be the one. Alright, those are going to be the one. Boom. He needs saving first before building. Saving for what? What is this guy saving for? You mean Kisaki? Yeah, he's definitely going to get Kisaki. How's your... So you have this... Oh, you don't have any Eligma, huh? Oh shoot. You're quite empty on Eligma. You also... Okay, yeah, you don't have any expert permit as well. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. GG, eh? But those are the things, Emilia, I just sent it to you. Those are the stuff. The stuff they should consider doing, right? Are you still there? Alright, just read it when you have time. Alright, that's going to be the important relevant stuff for your account. Apply that for your account specifically. His goal is way too low for level 90. Yeah, definitely. Too bad there's no commissions now that he can farm for. Very expensive. Very expensive. Whale for resources. You think he need to pay to win for resource? That's going to be very expensive for sure, right? Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it a day for this current stream. I'll be streaming again in 10 hours from now, right? That's for Zenless Zone 0. But yeah, if you guys just tune in, you know, consider liking the stream, consider following me on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter as well, I guess, if you guys want. The next account review, I think it will be the day after tomorrow, right? But tomorrow will be a bit busy, right? I'll be doing Zenless Zone 0 the whole day. And then there'll be NIKKE after when the girl comes out, I'll be doing testing on her. And then the day after is with Girls Frontline 2. The day after we'll be back on Honkai Star Rail. Speaking of which, I need to log into that as well. But yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Appreciate all of you. But yeah, I'll stream again in a couple of hours. I'll see you guys then if you guys want to tune in for that. But if not, that's how it is. I'll see you guys again in the other time. Alright, so with that being said, take care. That's going to be it for now.